everybody. Gail, yeah, Gail, thank you. That on the auction, thank you, Gail. Thank you on the auction, helping with the auction. Okay, so we're going to do Jenna. Now, I've queued up some videos, and I think you're probably... I also found the video I was trying to play of Random Guy Jeff where he married that girl. Quite an interesting story. And so we may do that in between. But I do have a call-in with Random Guy Jeff and Jenna, believe it or not. So I thought we would do that one first. Okay, and I believe this is from sometime in May of 2019. And I'm going to cue that up over here. Skip that. And let's...
Or I missed something with my kids because I can't be there.
So...
when
I don't remember, you know.
How long was it when you woke up from your accident? And to you it probably felt like nothing, but I'm saying like people that will wait, like was it?
What laying the crap?
Hey,
Cortana, I loved it. I'm gonna hang up so I can go get Cortana and Sherry fighting.
Wait. I have to tell you this. So,
found in other videos. I have a video that I did today. I'm coming.
And then the doctor pushes the plunger, and I felt like I was back in the military. He's like, fire in the hole, fire in the hole. So everyone in the room knew I had been,
That's natural progression. But who is that you, BBT? BBT, are you there?
That's me.
Okay, and you want to, what do you want to do, BBT?
Everybody's in agreement. Your parents have spoken. They want me to interview.
Oh, yeah, okay, we'll see.
So you called in. And you're on
I called in, you called in to be interviewed. But Jeff had a story, but he had a story. If I tell you a story, then you can... I interrogated him, kind of. Well, not, yeah.
It was an interview, Carolyn.
Yeah, okay.
I wouldn't call it an interrogation. You're up.
But,
They can give you the answer they want.
well, we'll see. We'll see what I'll answer if I may plead the fifth on certain things.
Listen to you. We've all been, I've been the most real on your show.
What? I leave some mystery involved.
For $50, would you get up and walk to your refrigerator and come back, please?
Oh, that is ridiculous.
The big ones to the charity of your choice.
No, I know, I can't. That's, I don't know. Everybody's gonna be staring at my...
Carolyn.
Believe me, I don't wear Depends. You can ask Jimmy, you can ask my daughter, I do not wear Depends. Sorry. But, what, do you have another question, BBT? You can see me. I walk around in other videos. I have a video that I did today. I'm coming. Okay.
Okay, Birdie, you go girl, Brandy Brown. Hey, what does the chicken legs mean? What does that mean when the...
You're going to hit blackjack, but you could also lose.
Too much Mac clutter?
I thought I didn't hear you. Do I want to talk about issues?
Oh, I'm being your therapist.
Oh, I could use one.
Yeah.
Can you hear me talk? I
Sure.
have my headphones on, but
I
the
can hear you.
speaker is really... So, let's discuss first, you need tea and honey.
Tea, honey. I don't really like tea, but I will try if it makes it.
It will help your voice and it'll help your throat.
My throat doesn't hurt. But I will do it.
And what the heck is up with everything going on around in Massachusetts that no one can get rid of this fungal pneumonia thing.
I've had it since I've been like little, but I don't really know anyone else that's had pneumonia. Maybe it's a matter of Boston. I don't know. I don't know why I stopped talking. My voice was. I have no idea. I mean,
I have it. I've gone on, off for the last 3 months.
I don't know.
I think they're trying to get Massachusetts out of the country.
I don't blame anyone who would do that. I agree.
Neither would I.
I would move in 2 seconds. If I could move to Florida, I would. Right now.
No, I wouldn't leave Massachusetts. I would
Why?
blame them for wanting to kill us all, but I wouldn't leave.
I would be out of here.
Because I live in the Cape. So.
Oh, big. Oh, I wouldn't leave either if I was in the Cape.
Which reminds me, I am now trapped in my house until Labor Day.
Why?
Oh, because you're the traffic?
I'm
Poor you.
I'm half of a mile away from, actually it's less depending on what road you take, from Route 6 and past the roundabout, so.
Hi, Nora. Sassy Gail.
Yeah, you're not leaving for a long time. That would be such a horrible thing to be trapped on the Cape Cod.
Jenna says she's trapped on Cape
You know
Cod.
Maine? I can't tell how's her name. I mean,
My
friend does, but.
my grandfather moved there when I was about 2.
Hi, Slim Moran.
Rock.
Random guy's gonna call in.
It's deep. It's so travel about 6 hours into the deep, dark nowhere. Take a right, drive another hour.
Take a right. Go into the office. Go left. That's awesome. All right, I'm ready to go.
They're gonna get into her accident
My
now.
grandfather's funeral, he was a bastard, I'm not sorry he's dead. I mean, a jerk, I'm sorry I swore.
Each one made that's fine.
It turns against the rules and I'm a rule follower.
My parents go.
Yeah, random guy Jeff Slam in.
Right, so it's really like Massachusetts.
They're not your parents, they're your friends. You were doxing yourself, remember? She's so bad at that. She's like, my parents have a friend. No, not my parents, my friends. And then 2 minutes later, my parents have a house in Maine.
I told everybody the town and how to get there.
Right.
Yeah, I did. There's 2 beaches in New York, so you'll never find them. Good luck if you do. I wouldn't suggest finding them. Just on you if you do. Oh.
I still have family in Maine. My uncle and my cousin and his children, and he's no one from Maine is normal. And the state bird, no matter what people say, are the little black gnats.
It depends on where you go, because in New York.
Hello, White Angel.
What? We have the black gnats now. They're
Hello,
horrible. I
Sassy
couldn't even
Pepsi.
get my plants planted today. I feel like they're in my hair. I hate them.
Now imagine it 20 million times worse, and they
Oh.
follow you.
They follow me. They go right into my hair. I feel like, oh, they're horrible.
I have a shirt that says.
Now, see, just talking about them, I feel them again. Ugh.
What are those things? I went to Florida once.
I'm starting to scratch again just talking about
Called
them.
no-see-ums.
Oh my God. Those things I want to oh. So I've seen millions of bugs everywhere. I don't care what you guys say, those are the worst living things oh.
Black
Okay.
bats?
You might all
No.
hate me for this.
Black
Banned
gnats.
from like ever coming back. But when we went to Disney in 2013, because of my health and my inability to I walk home. I try to do 6 miles at least 4 times a week.
Well, a day.
But
You walk 6 miles home?
no, I try to walk 6 miles at least 4 times a week. because
Wicked good.
I used to run every day. I would run in the morning and at night, and it was 6 miles
That's
each
good how to
time.
walk.
Well, I don't have a choice. I can't run. Someone hit me.
No, I know, I'm saying. Do you know that walking is more difficult than running? It truly is because you don't plateau.
I miss running though, but I love.
I know, but I'm just saying, because walking is more, you burn more calories walking for like 6 miles than running the same route, you know.
Does it count when you stop to change the music on your
You should
phone
stop.
or your iPad?
You should just do calisthenics. You go like, you know, you should stop. You should run, walk, like that. You should. So then you don't plateau. That's what you could cut 6 miles in half if you did stop, run, walk, stop. So,
No. The
Okay.
6 miles is my 6 miles of freedom.
oh well, then yeah. But I'm just saying, you can still go 6 miles. You just mix it up. Run, go sideways. To run, go.
Well, I
couple
stopped
steps.
to change the music because I'll
So when
listen.
you change
I'll
the
have
music,
like
you stop.
I figured out how to get my. I have an iPod. Yes, it's very funny. My family makes fun of me. And I have my phone.
What? Did you have an iPod?
I know it's very hard to understand
But I
her
also
white
have-
Flammarion.
It's a 64 gigabyte.
But
and
ja,
it's
but
full
let me see. Random guy's gonna call in a
because
minute.
I love all kinds of music. There isn't anything I.
You say, are you guys friends with I'm telling you, secret questions you can ask like Claire and Siri, and they like, Siri always wins, but,
Wow. Hey, the possibility after about 10 days, I no longer jerk to get out of their way. They were
Claire,
in front of my cart. They knew their own fate.
you squish them?
Yes.
Squish them, squish. I was real like, lizards, Mexican, but, but then do it. You squeeze on them. Hello, Jimmy.
No. Okay. I do this with all the love in the world. But one day Jimmy's gonna go. I love you, Carolyn. But
There they go, one by one. You let them go.
I'm not trying to be mean. I feel bad now that I'm picking on her for picking on Jimmy. I mean, I know better.
What? I mean, please. Please, I have like fear of steel. You won't make me cry.
What?
You said you picked on Jimmy, right? Yeah, right. Look at Carolyn, yeah, right. Poor Jimmy. There's other channels that feel bad for Jimmy. They're like putting up, they're doing a GoFundMe to free Jimmy.
Oh yeah, if Jimmy kills Carolyn, it's all her fault. Because how dare she treat her husband like a person and not put him on a pedestal and worship him like apparently you're supposed to
Pedestal, he
do.
wants to listen to TV. Poor guy.
Let me tell you, if I was screaming and my husband was in the background making noise, I'd be like, shut up.
No. What does she need it quiet for? She's reading. She can't open her eyes. What, does she pop her eyes, her vision? Poor guy, poor bastard. Ouch. Poor Jimmy. Takes over the whole downstairs. Jimmy, Greg,
All right. Hashtag May 26, 2019. Save Jimmy.
Big one.
Save Jimmy. Hashtag it. Let me tell you.
Poor Jimmy. He
I
doesn't even
speak
know
to my
that.
husband the exact same way.
Yeah, I do too, but, you know. Well, when they have, and maybe that's why I don't have one anymore. Maybe. She'd be like, you're going anywhere, stay! Get back here! Give me a drink! Oh, look at that thing. I saw that thing.
Oh, hey, the flashlight thing. I had a migraine
Neither one of them has a husband, but they're telling me how to treat my husband, right? Because they know how I treat my husband, right? They know, because when I'm on YouTube, they know everything, right? This was a constant theme from when I started on YouTube.
The light hurts. I have my screen on the darkest it can be because light hurts when you have migraine.
You didn't really, that didn't really bother you, did it? I'm very, very.
And doggy dishes.
You know what's funny? 21 kids, that's not the law. That's why I didn't want people like, oh, sometimes I can't even play.
You can't even hear her.
Oh, that was waiting to kill me when I came into the bathroom. Every time. There was never a time that I didn't do that. Probably from the time I was in 2nd grade right up through like 6th grade. That's the first, I whipped that shower curtain right back.
But did you stop doing that when you got older?
Yeah, like from 7th grade, I think I stopped. Yeah.
See, I forgot that. I forgot that. I'm glad I have these videos because I forgot that. I totally forgot that.
But I used to play
Just
very
in
bad
6
jokes
years, I forgot that.
when I first.
Did
I used to whip open the shower curtain all the time. But I forgot that.
That's a lot, that's a school, that's a classroom, but.
I think it's probably 4. It would have been right after my birthday, so.
Jenna never had a husband, Super Chat. It was completely fabricated. She didn't have any children. She had no husband. She was telling the truth about where she lived in Massachusetts. She was telling the truth about being a Mormon.
I used to literally, I couldn't handle like secrets, like, or like not knowing what I was getting. And I would fake sick, like I would come up with this like elaborate plan. And I never used to fake sick because I wasn't good at it. And I literally would fake sick. I swear she knew. And I would unwrap every single present, literally unwrap every single present. One time I did it and fell asleep. She came home. Oh my God, I thought she was in there. She still reminds me to this day.
Hi, Phoebe.
Usually I wrap them all back up, and she never even knew it. I'm like, oh, problem. But that is awful. I used to go in her closet and get them all on every year. Every year, I still will. I would kill my kids. I would never do that.
Oh, yeah, I know. Before the kids for Christmas.
I would rip the shower curtain back because I was scared that somebody was hiding in there when I was a little kid. Slam RN?
And
You never did that?
I'm on the chat. I'm making fun of you. I'm on the chat.
Yeah. For a minute, I got on and said, you're right, I will. I say that in the street.
Okay, where is random guy?
when they gave them my belongings, they found $20 in my wallet. In my, and they stopped from. So can you do that in diabetic shock? I don't think. Hit and run.
She got no time.
Nope.
Yeah, she said the lady that hit her in the hit and run got
So
nothing.
she got felony leaving the scene and felony hit and run. Then, but if somebody didn't make it, then she would have got charged for that, or she wouldn't have.
Until you figured out it was 2 years of touch and go for my aliveness.
Her aliveness.
And when it went from car homicide to
Car homicide. Car homicide.
the whole thing changed.
They have like reckless endangerment, all that stuff too. I'm surprised she didn't get any of that. Like speeding, anything like that. That's crazy.
She was going 45.
Is that what was the speed limit?
It was on Washington Street in Braintree over.
Yeah, Braintree.
Washington Street in
Yeah,
Braintree.
Holbrook, but yeah, Braintree.
What is it? I don't know Braintree that much, but is it like 25 to 30?
Go ahead, look it up, see if you can find anything. I believe she said it was 2005.
She's probably like 35, right? Yeah.
You know,
Did
Brockton.
she lose her license?
My sister was. I'm so sorry.
Did she lose her license?
That's it, Renee. I'm sorry. Did she lose her? She lost her license for 10 years.
That's it, really? Wow. Geez.
Scares me to death.
My cousin hit a telephone pole. She was trashed. Well, not my cousin, but my friend's cousin. And she was trashed. And she crossed over she was going like 120. She was ridiculous. And she hit the DA's sister, and she killed the DA's sister. And the DA's sister was 9 months pregnant, so she got charged with baby death too. And she did 2 years in Framingham, and that's it. Like nothing else. And it wasn't her first accident. She had like 2 or 3 fires before that. And she said but she only did 2 years for 2 deaths. And the DA's sister, that wasn't fun. But she that's all she did. She didn't even lose her license. She only lost her license. They said it was a oversight. She gets out of prison and she has her license. They took it away, but I mean, she did have it.
That's just.
She said they were in a diabetic shock coma. Did she say diabetic coma? She was in a coma. They were in diabetic shock. But she said they drove away from the scene. But then they were pushed into a snowbank.
I could get my license now. But I choose not to drive because.
No, you're remembering correct. She was jogging on Washington Street in Braintree, Massachusetts. The car, going 45 miles an hour, went on the sidewalk and hit her. Then reversed, tried to drive away, and the other cars formed a circle around her and pushed that car into a snowbank.
I'd be tired of most people would do that.
Christine,
This was great.
This irritates me too. So she actually was the exact same age as me, and her name was Jennifer.
Her name was Jennifer. There we got a lot of information. Exact same age as her.
Doctor.
Did she have doctor? Please, we're a doctor anyway. No, I'm just kidding. But did she ever feel bad? Like, did she write you or anything? Did she apologize? Without, the DA telling her to?
No.
She really didn't? Or you said yes?
She sent me a photo of her and her dogs.
But did she apologize? No? Just send you a picture?
No, she sent me the photo.
Right after, or?
I don't know. No, a few years after.
Why?
She should be sending you something every single.
I did not believe in suing when this happened. Luckily, I had no say in anything because, I went through a windshield. And we did have a civil. Yes, I
Here's
do
random guy.
still take walks. The worst thing I heard when I woke up from my coma was I'd never walk again, and I showed them. Anyways, we did sue. Well, my family sued on my behalf. I was busy in a coma, and this irritates me. The parents were not from America, so they were able to put money from where they were from. And so when the lawsuit happened, not all finances were exposed.
We didn't have then her insurance company? Or no?
What?
We didn't have then her insurance company?
They didn't have a bad insurance company?
What?
No, see, our side I said, wouldn't it have been her insurance company that covered it?
Yes,
when you
but
got their
also
insurance.
personal assets were, because it was that bad of an accident. And they
I thought the insurance
had,
had to go after the front.
well, they hid money. And let me tell you, all these years later, there are sometimes I can't even get out of bed. I have to change positions every few seconds, even doing this, because it hurts so badly. And some days when I'm really down, or I miss something with my kids because I can't be there, I think she should pay me daily. And then I go to the sensible side of that's ridiculous. She doesn't owe me a weekly paycheck.
You said daily. You said daily.
What I hope most, but I don't think I'll ever know, because no matter how many times we've asked this question to the family, we don't get an answer of did she learn anything from this.
She's all
Because
over
she
the
has a
place.
felony, she had to give up her teaching license, but so did I.
Her teaching license? You said you taught at a daycare.
Yeah, but she should have given up her teacher. She should have. Well, I mean, that's a tough one. I have to say that's a tough one. I mean, it's her, I don't know. But I think she should pay you, honestly. I would rather her be stay in her job and have to, like, pay her, because usually they will tack on, like, future, like, pain and suffering or future medical needs. They can,
They didn't think I'd be alive this long.
What?
or they'll lump it in, you know what I mean? I've heard of them do that before, too, like, they'll lump it in. And
Hi,
they'll say,
Linda.
like, they'll average out, you have future medical needs, whatever. But that's probably, I don't know how they would, I don't know, I'm surprised, though.
I honestly, some days, think it's like a job being as injured as I am.
Like a job.
I mean,
Like a job, Slam.
Well, it must be a
I was
24-hour
always
job.
a very private person.
Yeah.
I didn't like people in my business.
No, I'm just going on random YouTube channels and telling
For
lies.
2 years, I had to be bedpan.
Bedpanned. And I'm telling everybody.
Like, I'm surprised you didn't even get lost wages, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because if you were, if it was just, say, like I don't mean like a regular accident, that's not
My
the
name
word,
is
like,
Jenna.
You know what I'm saying? Like, even a minor accident, you need to take a week off, you would get lost wages. Like, if you had to truly not work ever again, I'm surprised they didn't consider all that,
Hi,
Well,
Victoria.
maybe they did, I don't know, I'm just saying, I would
It's a
think
job
that they would.
scamming people all day long. Yes, Slam. People
I'm
were asking
irritated
for her
that
email. They wanted to
family
contact her,
should
help her, write a book for her.
Absolutely, you should be.
I'm irritated that
Although I'm surprised they went after her family, because if she was over 18, then, like, I'm surprised that they were liable at all.
it was her father's car.
But
And
still, I think he goes by the driver.
they're the ones, no, it was both. And they're the ones that made sure she could get her license.
But if she got her
They
license,
found criminal activity in their behavior.
did they really?
Sure, get her license.
How though? I'm just curious, you don't have to answer, I'm just curious.
Hi, Jeff.
Hello.
Is that your name? Just
I
everyone.
just wanted to check and see if anybody can hear me.
Wait, somebody's got, I think you have to mute your YouTube. Because I hear something in the background.
Hang on.
Okay.
Okay. I just wanted to check to see if I have a clear connection and then I can wait.
Yeah, you just want to put your picture up. You got to check out the good on the connection. We can see you.
All right. I just want to make sure I have a clear connection.
We can see you loud and clear.
Uh-oh, what happened?
What?
I don't know, because I was trying to, hold on a minute. I don't know what happened. Okay. I don't know. So,
Were you the guy that called last night?
Yes.
I clicked on, heard a guy speaking.
Yes, super
And
chat.
clicked off thinking it was crazy again.
Crazy. No, you're crazy.
Yeah, but you gotta like, if he calls in, you gotta like protect all the little towers. Lay a smack down on him.
Alicia, Carolyn has my info. She'll give it to you.
See? Alicia, Carolyn has my info. She'll give it to you. And then you can send me gifts and money and help me write my book. See?
Oh, I see.
Scamming away.
I actually also feel bad about thinking, like, I had to find my phone. And it was on the ground underneath something. And I didn't pay for having to get down there and get it. I mean, I sent Christina the photo of my knee with all the screws. And it broken.
She sent a moderator her knee.
Very easily.
See?
And it's just bad.
Scamming.
On the other hand, I know it doesn't sound like today, but I beat the odds. I went for a marathon. They didn't think I'd live through the night. I had 36 units of blood in one day.
36 units of blood in one day. Slam RN? Does that sound normal?
Badly. They said I never walk or talk or write or eat solids or any of that again. I'd never be able to mother my children. I'd never be able to connect emotionally with my kids.
That's
And
probably why you're doing so well. You have 21 kids, they're not gonna give you a break at all.
well,
That's the good thing about, you don't have a choice, they're like, you
Yeah.
have to be proud of yourself.
I only, and
Does that sound
they,
feasible?
my husband works for the Royal Army and for the Army here, and
He works for the Royal Army and the Army
we're
here.
able to adopt because he and I are such a good team.
Such a good team they are.
When
Her invisible husband and her.
Because for some reason we're not allowed to sterilize idiots. I mean, that would,
21's not enough. God,
if a
you're
sibling
like
is
a
born,
miracle. That's amazing.
if there's a baby born, a sibling, I know where Carolyn went. She went to go get food. I wonder what she's done.
I have a cold and I can't take care of my own 2 kids, never mind 21 years. That's like amazing.
Can I ask a question right quick?
You
Yeah,
can take
sure.
the floor.
Yeah, I just, when I've just been now replaying the chat, I'm not trying to, I've actually got the YouTube turned off on both of my devices right now, but there's like a weird 1 minute delay. I'm like hearing what's been already recorded.
That's normal.
Really? Okay. Yeah.
There's a 30-second to 45-second delay.
Okay. Do you guys call through the Zoom app or did you just dial?
I usually do that.
Oh, okay.
What do
Yeah,
you
it
do?
was-
Yeah.
Well, last night I just dialed it, straight from my phone, the numbers, but tonight I tried the Zoom app and yeah. So it was
I like
Right.
the Zoom app better.
really?
Well, I don't think you can do the picture if you don't do that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to figure out. I mean, I had actually assigned my Zoom profile a photo, to use the name to come up, and I saw the name came up, but the photo that I had attached to it that comes up online on my Zoom account is not coming up with it, and so I saw just a thing that says, share, and I'm like, what the heck is that? So I popped my picture on it, and then I had to take it off, and then I noticed that, it just said my name again. So I'm trying to figure out how people with Android phones just get the picture up there, just automatically when it's calling in, almost like caller ID.
I don't
Right.
think you can call in. I think you have to you have to go through like the phone, because I have 2 different phones and neither one of them. If I call right in, you know what I mean. Like, so you can use that now. Like, you can put pictures up. You can like you can do all that through the app. Like mine is just the
Right.
phone now, right now. So
Okay. Yeah, Boston. I'm looking at such a small screen on my tablet. I noticed your picture to me doesn't have even a name on it, but it looks like there's some little tiny thumbnail in the center. Is that your pic?
That's
think
Carolyn.
Yeah, Carolyn, but that's Carolyn. That's not me. I don't have, you can't do any of that. Mine's like literally just the way Carolyn sends it to me. I just press it and it dials it. It's not through like you know what I mean. That's how you were last night, right?
Last night there was no name or anything. It was just the phone picture because I dialed through my phone.
Yeah, exactly. So now you can do everything with the app.
I have Android for a phone and a computer, and I can do
KGB style stuff,
Yeah.
You don't show MacGyver, are you like that? Like, you make all kinds of contraptions out of just whatever you find in a drawer that you're locked in with,
I can, if like my phone isn't working, I can fiddle with it and make it do as I want.
What about like ATM machines?
What?
What about ATM machines?
ATM machines?
Is there
No, those
a sweet spot on it you can get in?
I have told those ATMs, pony up. I want the money. And
People can hack those very easily.
I've had my card snapped by one before. If you put the wrong number in more than once or something, or you push the wrong selection, it'll eat your card, and then you have to call the bank and wait for it to be mailed. I guess they mail you a new one, but your account's screwed if it eats your card.
She's saying that with her, I guess, titanium legs, she's able to make her phone do things if it stops working. And then they asked her about an ATM machine, and she says she walks up to the ATM machine and says, "Pony up."
And we just shut down the bank was going ballistic. He got settled, we got him out of it though, because it's disability, but he was in life in jail if he ended up in charge. He got federal charges and everything. He was brilliant. Like, I couldn't, we take all the computers, all of that stuff. This kid would still know how to do it. I don't know how he did it.
Let me tell you what's easier than that. This is a video I saw a little while back. A guy with he stole a crane from a construction site and went to a gas station convenience store, broke in with, the arm of the crane and just literally lifted it out. Well,
That's awesome.
his getaway vehicle was probably a stolen SUV that somebody drove up, and he's lifting this crane and it's being showed back on CCTV, but he ends up, the machine was so dang heavy, right? And so he tries to put it in the moonroof and ends up crushing the whole SUV trying to get it. And it was, man. It was a good idea, but
Well, yeah, because think about it, then the cops
Thanks, Kathy.
he's totally he's totally that's
right.
Go back to me and my
Oh, I'm sorry.
damned if I do or darned if I do, darned if I don't.
Yeah, you have 4 hours on night, right?
Okay, before you do, is it
I'm joking.
Jenna? Is it Jenna? Yeah, before you do, I just want to say that I just have a quick story as soon as you're done with that particular piece of topic.
Oh, no, go ahead.
No.
No, go ahead. No, Jeff, just go. I like your accent, so you can talk.
Well, thank you. I actually am trying to articulate when I'm on calls like this where I don't sound like a hillbilly, but after I hang up this phone, it's on, So.
Hey, have you heard my voice?
Yes, I have.
So, yours are her. But,
Yeah, BT. Hey, we're gonna.
her. You do my voice, I'll do yours. Yours are her, coward.
You do my voice, I'll be yours.
Jeff,
You do-
your story.
Now do mine, Josh.
Now do mine, Jeff.
That was awesome. Okay, Josh.
D-Run, it's awesome, man. My teeth
Don't
are
make me grab you both.
this place.
I will
When you're done,
take
Jack,
you out to the shed and I will whip you.
Woo! Now check this out. One thing I want to ask BBT your name. You have this because what? You have like a oral hygiene fetish, obsession? What's the deal with that?
I do? Oh, no. Because the very first time I came on, I was right?
Mhm.
So the first night, Mommy did, well, whatever it is, MRB, Mama, she did I didn't know you. She did a live, and she did a live, and it was her very first live she ever did.
Hey, the very first life she ever did.
It was the Rose Crisis.
Oh.
It was not the first live, it was the first call-in.
First call, sorry.
Okay.
First calling. And then, and I literally did not do YouTube probably more than like 2 days before that. I just watched all the like weird videos. Like I loved all those, like fine.
I saw your first caller, man. You were like, roll tape, whoa.
She lied, she said she was my biggest fan for years and all kinds of
I never
lies.
said that ever. I don't even say that now. No,
Look where it got you. Come on, look where it got you. You're good. You're good.
Hey,
Yeah.
Carolyn, that reminds me. I don't like cheesecake, but I would go to a cheesecake factory with you.
You would, because you don't have to just eat cheesecake there, right? You have other things.
Isn't it
So
a
wait,
restaurant?
Jeff, what were
It
you saying?
is, it is. It is.
All right, Jeff, what were you saying then?
Oh, I
So
just
that's
wanted because honestly, if you're gonna try to whiten your teeth, you don't want to use bleach because it'll eat your
I've
hair.
never whitened my teeth. Somebody made fun of my teeth. That's why I did it. If someone made fun of my teeth, they would make fun of my sniff, my teeth, my cough, my eyes, everything. If I stood up, it was all over.
Jeff, BBT isn't her teeth hygiene. It's her name. Barbara Bambi
Her, her
Tramp.
real name is
No.
Eunice.
Barbara
Not
bleach
tramp in
teeth.
a bad way. The British
Oh, Jeff, no.
Tramp.
Her real name is Eunice.
Is it really?
Are you just a random guy?
Yes.
I'm just a random guy, man. I just call him random.
Someone please look up the word tramp in British slang so that I'm not accused of calling her a tramp in a bad way.
Like Lady in the Tramp, the movie where they're eating spaghetti. That's a nice tramp.
Hey, C15 said I left out commission. I did. Oh yeah, I dropped my laptop off today. It looked like I thought it. So, it was a bad night.
Jeff, what was your story?
Okay, what sparked it is you were talking about, you know, when in a coma and all that stuff.
When I got run over by a diabetic
Yes, ma'am.
and then got paid out of Home Depot.
I heard it. So, but my thing is, this is something that I don't tell a lot of people because it was a very, like, humbling experience for me.
Don't worry, there were only 350
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, there's more that can watch. But anyway.
Absolutely. Tell it to all of YouTube.
That's right. Well, I apparently like chick flicks and reality shows about dating. But other than that, this story is a little bit different. Yeah. This story. Okay, it was August of 1994, and I like went to a Perkins, which is an all-night restaurant back then. Got some coffee. 24.
I was in
And
middle school.
we didn't even have middle school. We talked about this the other night. I had junior.
It's junior high.
Oh, Jeff, come on. Jeff, keep going. I want to hear. I
Right.
didn't have the luxury of being on that thing, so I want to.
BBT, I have every 6th word limit I have to talk.
Okay.
You have an every 5th.
I'm not doing it. I just try to listen to them.
Wait, you guys just whizzed by 10 words without me saying anything. Where do I come up?
When we allow you.
I'm trying to get you involved.
Carolyn, help.
Oh, oh.
No, you can't ask Mom for help.
Hold on, you tell your story. Tell your story,
Yes.
please.
Yeah, alright. Okay,
Oh, the girls are picking on me.
it's the middle of the night, at 3 o'clock in the morning. I think it happened about 3 o'clock in the morning, 'cause I'm always up. And the whole town up is the whole historic part of town. All that's up there is like some old buildings, businesses that are hardly ever open. It's kind of like abandoned old part of town. They call it the square. And so I'm driving through the square, stopped to get a newspaper in one of them old newspaper boxes, and I saw smoke coming out of like a 2-story brick building.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I can't hear you anymore, Jeffrey. Oh no. Oh no.
No, can you read it?
Can't hear Jeff.
I'm not interrupting you. I'm just trying to tell you they're all screaming no sound, no sound, no sound, no sound at all. So I'm just telling you. If you want to keep going, feel free. But there's no.
I did not mute Jeff.
Oh,
I don't know how to.
Jenna, hold on. Jenna, hold on.
I'm not muted. I'm not muted.
So you're,
What about now?
no, it's not you. It's them. It's the chat. They're saying no sound, no sound, no sound. Now it's back, I guess. No, I don't know.
Alright,
There's no
Jeff,
sound at all.
Yes.
say supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. And she'll say,
Yeah, go.
Hold on.
I can hear all of you, every single one of you.
Oh, they're now saying their sound is back. You were all muted. Now you got to start over. It was all happening at midnight. Just kidding. I guess it's
I
back.
thought
Go ahead.
none of us are blue. We can't mute each other.
I can't even see my YouTube screen right now, so I don't
All
know.
right, no, we're all good. Go ahead, Jeff. Go ahead.
They want you to start at saw smoke.
High prime objective.
Okay, I saw smoke and then I, saw a flame like kind of licking out of the top window, and I started hearing people. And this, like I said, there's hardly anything or anybody up here. It's almost, vacant. And I'm like, oh man. So I started hearing like from the distance, like someone screaming, a woman screaming. I'm like, what the heck, And I didn't know what was going on. And somebody else came rolling down the street, and I said, hey, go find a payphone, call 911. This building's on fire. And I started walking around the building, and more people saw. I mean, it wasn't a huge building, but it was just a 2-story. It ended up to have like 8 units in it, top and bottom. And I'm like, they said we can't get out because the stairs are gone. And I'm like, man, what am I supposed to do? I did the thing that you're not supposed to do. Well, first of all, I went around to the buildings, and I saw a woman. Her name ended up to be Debbie because I got to know her. And Debbie was hanging out of the top floor. She had long, black, straight hair. And she was screaming. She's like, help me, my feet. And is 911 coming? Yes. Well, there's another person coming out the window. It's kind of like just like you see on TV when there's a burning building and people are trying to escape. And it's bad, you don't know what to do. You go after this. Well, I happen to be driving a big conversion van. So I said, do you want, I'll drive my van around the side of the building if you want to risk jumping out, or you can just wait. I don't know. And so I was trying to talk to her so she didn't, get overcome with smoke and like lose consciousness or whatever. Meanwhile, I did the thing that I know in my head that you're not supposed to do, which is oxygenate the flames or open the door. And I know, but people were screaming, and I'm like, man, I just got to do it. And so I opened.
Yeah, no, you're smart.
You should have vented it. You needed to open
No,
it.
you're not supposed to. You're not supposed to because it'll fan the flames.
Yes, but if you're going to open it and it's cause, you need to vent it first. You need to make sure there are two.
It's just a little background, but did you end up marrying her?
Well, I ended up as soon as I opened the front entrance, there were a couple of people up, like on top of what would have been the staircase, and the whole bottom was already being consumed before the top. And so this one lady, I could just see her through the smoke up there higher than me. And she's like, help me, can you help me? I said, I can't do anything because there's no stairs. What am I going to do? And she fell down. She just took a leap and came down the stairs. And I grabbed her, and somehow she grabbed onto me. And I, got her outside. I said, how many more people are in the building? Where's the fire truck? What, why am I doing this? And meanwhile, the lady around the side of it, I'm like, hang on, you sit out here. Let me go to the side of the building, still talk to her. Yeah, she's still conscious. Her feet are burning up. And yeah, it was one of those moments in time that almost felt like it stopped because nothing was going right. It was like Twilight Zone, like we talk about. There's a fire. There's nobody here to help. What am I going to do? And this lady.
I can't wait till tomorrow's story. This is good.
This lady, the older one that had been on top of the stairs, she ends up laying against me out on the wall while everyone else is waiting, And meanwhile, the lady did jump out and try to hit the top of my van just to get her feet, from burning.
Wait, what'd you say? She jumped out?
She jumped, onto the top of my van just from the second floor. Because I told you earlier, I drove it around the side of the building while she yelling. Yeah.
From the second floor.
Well, hey, it's better than burning up.
Second floor of stuff.
No, it is good, but so what is that?
And land in the what? A high top conversion van?
Me?
That's gotta be a hard fall.
No, the ground. You jump.
Oh, okay.
We had a garage, and it was back off because it was from my dad's motorcycle, and we jump off it because we were kids.
Yeah. But anyway.
You never jumped off anything?
I did. Yeah, trampolines and trees and fell out of trees and yeah.
Well, I'm sorry. We couldn't afford a trampoline, so we just jumped off the roof.
Oh, okay. Makes sense.
All right,
so anyway,
so you have
the lady, I could tell she had been, she was older. Her hair was burned, like almost all off, so it looks like she's got a burnt crew cut. And
that's worse than the smell of
I know.
flesh.
That's what I smelled, was burning flesh. And
her hair.
This shirt that I had on, I kept it forever because her hair, a big clump of her hair had fallen out on my shirt. And anyway, while I'm sitting there hugging this woman, I still didn't know her name, and she's starting to pass out. I keep telling the paramedics after they got there, come help her. She's really bad off. Her socks and everything had burned off of her feet too, and her hair, her face had been burned. And they're like, yeah, well, we're assessing the situation. And it ended up to be a 4-alarm fire. It wasn't good enough just for one truck couldn't do it, This thing was getting out of control fast. There were still people inside. And so they were trying to figure out who all were trying to save where. They ended up I'll tell you that in a minute, what else was in the building. But make a long story short, I sat out and I held this woman, and I'm thinking that she's going to die. I looked up at the building as it's, starting to get not just smoke, but engulfed in flames. And it was like a vision of hell. That's all I can say. It looked. I remember thinking, if there's a hell, this is what it looks like. This is the sound of the screams, man. I can't handle it. And so the lady, they finally, got her wrapped a little bit and put her on the gurney, put her in the ambulance. And I thought, well, I need to know what that lady's name is. I don't even know her name. I thought, surely she's gonna die. And so I said, hey, what's your name? And she says, Noah. Just real weak. She came back, she said, Noah. And no last name. Next day in the newspaper is when they wrote up, that's how you have to find out about effective. It said the names of the victims that were involved in the fire and what hospitals they were at. Well, she ends up to be at this KU burn center unit, specialty in burns and stuff. And I saw that, and I told my ex-wife, I said, do you think it would be weird if I followed up, now that I know her last name, I just got to go to the hospital if I know she's still alive. I felt like somehow we had some kind of a strange connection, just, sitting there like that. And so I went to the hospital, had to put on all the, the coverings and stuff from head to toe for sterile reasons. And I walked in the room, and her husband, who was it, huh?
Nothing, I'm listening.
We good? Okay. Her husband was there, who wasn't home. He was at work when the fire happened. And so I told him who I was, and he's like, "Oh my God, you probably helped save my wife's life." And he just, like, within 2 seconds, he gave me some big hug. And I'm like,
So
"Yeah."
I single-handedly saved your wife's life. Okay.
Jack, if people end up suing you, it's going to be a really sad story.
Why would they sue me?
I know.
Oh my goodness, because people are horrible.
But he saved her.
Yeah, and I told you at the beginning, the prelude of the story, that it's an experience that I'm very humbled by.
But people
You saved a lot of women, huh, Joe?
Oh yeah.
and they get, people help them, and then they go out and sue the person because of this reason or that. It's a common occurrence.
When you
Unfortunately,
get saved, you sue them? That's horrible.
some people who have that mentality
No,
of
I
mind.
think she's talking about, isn't it that like the Good Samaritan law? Some people don't want to stop.
Yeah,
because
like
if they
it-
stop and render aid and something happens, then they can end up getting sued.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
if you do CPR and you break their ribs.
Well,
Yeah,
no,
but I
you
didn't
know,
do any
breaking their
treatment
ribs-
to
The CPR break
No, I
time.
know.
Yeah, breaking their
It
ribs
is
usually
true.
happens, because I was surprised my daughter didn't break the
Yeah.
guy's ribs. No, that wouldn't have been, no, that happens. But I'm talking about something else. They're talking about like if you render aid and then something happens and
Oh.
that's why some people didn't want to stop. Don't you remember that whole controversy?
Yeah, but in '94, nobody cared about this. We cared still about just
Yeah.
humanity and trying to help someone else.
Right,
Like, you
right.
know.
The
Yeah,
story from
yeah.
random guy Jeff
So-
How
Prime.
do you spell
Horrible,
sue?
Ladies, come on, this is supposed to be a cool story.
Yeah,
I know, these ladies
I-
are ridiculous.
Hold on, Jeff, how do you spell sue?
SUE or SIOUX if it's the Native American, or SIOUXEE
No, like sue you.
from Susie and the Banshees. What?
SUE, but let him finish his story.
Zip
Or
your lips.
SU in the Chinese phone book, perhaps.
Ridiculous.
Anyway, so I get to the hospital and I can't even tell you what went through my mind, because I saw this woman laying there and her head was like the size of a medicine ball, which is like bigger than a basketball. She had the swelling, she had tubes and drains and stuff from head to toe, and she was in a coma. So I sat there and I talked to her husband, and I kept going up there, and they didn't know if she was going to come out of the coma or not, but I couldn't stand it. They would have to, grafts all over her and all this stuff, and it was horrid. Anyway, I sat there and I kept going to the hospital after work every day for maybe a month. And like I said, this was an older couple, like 50 years older than me at the time. And so he needed help, whatever. There I am helping people again. But at any rate, all of a sudden one day, John, the husband, calls me and he said, "Somebody wants to talk to you." I said, "Who?" "Oh, just wait, let me put on the phone." I heard this voice. "Jeff, is that your name?" I'm like, "Yeah." "Who's this?" She said, "This is Noah." I'm like, wow, I'm going to come right up there right away. I said, "Let's just talk. Let me come on up there." And she had miraculously come out of this coma state and was able to talk a little bit, from the bed. But the thing is, I was asking her very slowly, "What do you remember, and do you recognize me?" She said, "I could have sworn you had white hair." I'm like, okay, well, I don't know, but I've never had white hair. I've always had dark brown hair.
You're like, excuse me, no.
Yeah. And then she said, "Did you sit there and
Good.
she said, "Did you sit there and sing Amazing Grace with me?" And I had
Did
done.
you really? Did you?
Yes, I did, because I thought she was going to die, and I felt bad.
That's awesome, though. That's so cool that you remembered that. See, it worked.
Thank you. And, so she said, "I thought there was like 3 people sitting with us." I don't know what she was thinking, but she, apparently, this whole time that she had been in a coma, she was having in and out memories, I guess, unconsciously or something, where she remembered and knew who I was, even though I looked different somehow to her, not having the same color hair. And I just thought that was a really weird thing, and it got me to think, well, these people in a coma, you never know what's going through. Like, if time is passing, or you asked her, maybe T, earlier about, what do you remember, like, the first thing, what year is it, whatever. But Noah ended up,
Yeah, but That's huge, though. If she really did, I mean, if she remembered that, think about that. That's huge. You got that perfect.
Exactly, and that's what was so cool about it, because I felt by this time, because it ended up to be 3 months after the fire that she was able to talk again and stuff.
She probably thought you were nuts. Like watching you start singing.
No, she probably thought he was an angel saving her.
That's
I probably thought you are nuts.
Jenna.
Yes.
Jenna, thank you very much for saying that, because that is a part that I didn't want to say really too much, but she did say that to me. And she ended up giving me that I was her guardian angel, and she ended up giving me like an angel cufflink pin. And
That's awesome.
you know, yeah, and I was always her guardian angel, and it always made me feel really weird. So I'm like, hey, I just didn't know what needed to be done. But
why are you talking about her in the past tense though now?
Because
you said
she was older then, but she ended up getting pretty bad off, and so she moved up with her. Well, John died. He had a heart attack, massive heart attack, and died. This is probably about 5 years later. And then she started going downhill with her health, and I kept trying to take her to both rehab and stuff. She had worked at like a playing card company before the fire, doing things with her hands. So she was trying to get a disability. And they're like, well, as long as you can still hold the telephone, then you can be a telemarketer, so you don't need disability. And her hands,
excuse me?
exactly, her hands that had such nerve damage that they were still crimped together all the time. You know, she couldn't even move her hands. She had to keep wraps and wrist guards and all kinds of junk on them after they had healed up. But yeah, and being an older person at that, you know, that all of a sudden was suddenly out of work, that, you know, was paycheck to paycheck, it's kind of bull. So she had some grown kids that invited her up to Iowa, where she was originally from, and after she lost her husband, she moved back up there. And then she died like in 2009, and I talked to her daughter, but still, we still always talked on the phone. It was just kind of, this is really weird. Like, yeah, I feel that she probably was, for the most part, unconscious when she would have met me, so to speak. But yeah.
Yeah, Nora, I agree.
Okay. So I can answer your non-questions. The reason why she thought you had white or grayish hair was from the soot from the fire. It would have gotten all in your hair and stuff.
Yeah, it did. Even as they were spraying it down for the longest time, there was ashes, great big huge ashes, huge ashes mixed with water from the hoses all over the place. It just kept like raining ashes forever while they were spraying it.
Now this might be a little controversial, but this is what I believe. So the reason why she thought there was more than just you and her is you said she wasn't doing well, right?
Right.
And then was in a coma for 3 months?
Yeah, she passed out and her scalp fell off on my shirt.
So my theory on why she thought there was just more than you and her was, I believe when I've lived it, so I know, but I can't say it, but she had family from
Iowa.
Close, but just think up.
Okay.
And that was with her while
Or Iowa.
she was dealing.
Iowa's heaven, from what I hear. I heard Iowa's heaven.
You should be Boston.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Flat with cornfields is what's down here. Iowa and Kansas, I've always agreed with and always heard travelers tell me that those are the most boring states in anywhere to drive to, and they're not.
No, Iowa? That's
Look,
Boston.
her dead family members were
From Iowa.
with her, and that's why she thought it was more than just you and her. I died about 16 million times. They stalk you.
Okay. Karen, do you have anything?
Dead family members, not people from Iowa.
Oh,
No,
they're pretty-
do I have anything about the stalking?
No, just about my story in general.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, it was a good story. I was listening. not interrupting.
That's tomorrow's my story, Jeff.
No,
Not
think it's good.
interrupting,
Yeah,
yes.
excellent, and yeah, you did what you had to do, and that's because they said down in Missouri that's what
Well,
you did.
What were you doing going into a 4-alarm fire?
That's what they do down in Missouri. They just do what needs to be done.
Yeah, there was
They
no
put that
one
gate
here.
on and they go right
Yeah,
in.
there's no one there.
They don't think about anything
you-
else
what
other
color
than
you
what
paint?
needs to be done.
Yeah, it's like you kind of become selfless, just for a minute.
That lady.
And I would like to think that the majority of people would have done the exact same thing, honestly. I don't know if it would have, but I honestly think that you would have. And a little ending to this story that's kind of, really humorous. Of course it is. It's my story, right?
She
A while later, I started being like a hawk, man, looking. Every time I'm driving, especially at night, looking for smoke rolling out of buildings, going through a neighborhood. Oh, whatever. I was driving down a residential street a while later. It was still the same summer. And I did. Through this wooden privacy fence, I saw smoke rolling up out of it. Early in the morning, about 4:30 in the morning. And I'm like, oh no. Put my vehicle in park, ran out, fire, get out, banging on this guy's door, because I'm like, that's not going to happen again. And this little Mexican dude comes opening the gate from the backyard where the smoke's rolling out, and he had his hands raised like I'm the cops. And he goes, I just smoked you pig. I said, what? He said, I smoked pig. Yeah, he had one of them in-ground smokers built in on his back patio, and I guess they have to smoke it.
Did you pick him up and run with him?
He had a pig on a spit, and you put it out?
No, I didn't do anything except get him to come out of the backyard. No, I didn't grab him.
That's like the 12-hour commitment.
He thought I was the cops coming and shouting, fire, fire. Yeah, so.
That's awesome. Now you're you're running into people burning their leaves, you're ripping them out of the house.
That's right.
Good for you.
Think about it. Every single fire or anything, national tragedy, tornadoes, whatever happens, flooding, there's not immediately people there, the first responders, there's people there before first responders, it's people around, anything that happens, so it's kind of important. Yes.
Something that has really shown humanity is not over. I've seen a lot, but also when I was in the accident, a bunch of strangers pulled a semicircle around me and put their hand into my hip to clamp my artery.
Mm.
So I didn't die. And you have to be
Your femoral artery.
the artery that's in that leg.
Yeah, it's called your femoral
Hello,
artery.
Shaquille.
From your meaning femur, it's a large artery. Sometimes they have to go up and do is it called ablation? To try to
It got put
fix
back
your heart and stuff.
together, but it got split
Good
in
night,
half
Slamoran.
because my hip bone, when it came out of my body, cut it.
Wow.
See, do you see that, Jeff? You just went near fire. I mean, you guys sounded good until then. You're like, wow.
They do that up in Boston. They do that up in Boston.
That dude did surgery.
That is.
You only
It's
just put
like-
out a couple of flames.
I'm not trying to make fun, but it sounds like the Humpty Dumpty patrol. Just it's kind of put it all back together again. Hey, Carolyn.
No.
Yes.
I just want to ask you something. This is one of those off-the-wall things. Humpty Dumpty, since I said that, actually has a greater meaning. Do you know how and what a real Humpty Dumpty was?
I do. I'm not saying it, but go ahead.
Wasn't it something political?
I want BBT to answer if you don't know it. Are you-
No, let her answer.
No, I'm waiting,
Okay.
I'm waiting for Gary.
Hip bone
No,
came
I
out of
don't
her
know.
body and cut her artery,
I don't know.
Slam
He was
Martin,
lying
and
to me.
severed her artery.
All right, BBT.
You're muted, Karen. We're
Did you
looking
answer
for
it?
you.
Did you answer it?
No, she
No, I
didn't.
can't, I passed to you.
Pass to BBT. You're up.
What, you want me to answer it, really?
Yeah. What's Humpty Dumpty? Let everybody know. And let me
You
tell you,
want me
Chief.
to?
No offense, but
For
I'm
real?
gonna be so fantastically surprised and proud of you for answering this little bit of obscure knowledge. That's
The
gonna
real
just,
one, or
like,
you really, I really
impress
do know
me.
this. My dog told me.
Yes, I really do want you to. I really do.
Yeah, all right, you know what? I'm gonna say the beginning of it, and then I want to see if the people in the chat know. Has to
Okay.
do with the war, right? Has to
Yeah.
do with the war.
Yeah.
See? Boom! What was that gift? You were gonna be what?
I said I'm gonna be so
Don't get proud
impressed.
of me?
Yes, because
Don't
like
get proud of me?
nobody knows this. Nobody knows this.
I do know it. For
It's
Boston,
like-
whoa.
Yeah. Okay. I know. That's what's so cool about you. Let us know.
It was a weapon, right?
Yes.
See? Oh yeah. See, nobody. Come on, Shadow.
Severed an artery, Slam Martin. That's probably why she needed the
That's
36
all my dog told
units
me.
of blood.
Something she said.
Did you just call me a chowder head?
No, I said he was a gun. Humpty Dumpty was a gun. A cannon. What was he? A gun or a cannon or something?
Cannon.
It was a cannon, and it was kind of a.
Cannon. See?
24/7. Shower fresh.
A ruse that they use to thwart the enemy. It kind of like you know the story of the Trojan horse. It was kind of something like that. That's what I'm recalling.
But how did it change? There's so many theories. Like I hear all the things of how it changed. I don't know.
Yeah,
how
it
kind of
changed.
evolved.
Because back in Europe, where this took place, I do remember that much. Something about it was like they loved to mock things. They loved to make these little rhymes, and it became fairy tales and stuff like that. And so it kind of became a mockery. And so kind of like a political cartoonist like Ogden Nash started making it's very satirical by making fun of it as an egg, representing it as an egg, egghead, you know, blah blah blah.
Alright.
Yeah, and then
What
it
do I
kind of
win?
evolved from there. And you win 100% my respect, man. High five to Boston.
Her bone came out of her body. That's a bit much.
That's great. I'll see you on that later. Okay?
But it severed an artery, Slam Martin,
That's right.
Yeah.
and they had to hold it together. The people in the semicircle,
For everybody.
they all put their hand in.
While we're in here,
Yeah,
can you start the coffee pot while we're in your kitchen?
yeah.
It's a big kitchen.
She's got 36 units of blood, in one day. 36 units because she severed an artery. Her hip bone came out of her body
Right?
and severed an
Yeah,
artery.
we're in here. I mean, we can vouch for it.
Now, okay.
Kelly, your diaper's full.
My diapers, yeah, my diapers. She's such a jerk.
That was me that said that.
No, she says it all the time.
Are you kidding?
You
Really?
hear what I go through? You hear what I go through? You say something and I'll just, she's such a jerk.
Please send her a carrot peeler from Magic Chef or something.
Can I what?
Please send her a carrot peeler from Magic Chef or one of these places that you promote and market for. She needs to learn how to
Oh,
do a
carrot peeler, yeah, but she doesn't, I don't even think she knows how, I don't think she even knows how to turn on the stove.
Oh,
Is
wow.
there anything else?
Hey,
Carol?
wait, if we're gonna
She's an
set
asshole.
stuff,
Hey, Jeff.
somebody start a GoFundMe so I can get my teeth jaw fixed. But don't really, because I wouldn't do that.
Hey, Jeff.
Yeah.
I didn't understand one word you just said, that whole thing.
He said I should get you a carrot peeler, because you need one.
Yeah, but
A magic
he
carrot
said.
peeler.
Go peel carrots. How's that?
See? Go peel carrots.
That's right.
Okay, wait.
Women get that
It has
kitchen
to do
full of
with Humpty
carrots.
Dumpty.
Don't like that. I know that.
You actually do speak good, boss.
I do what?
You speak good, boss, don't you?
He does not.
Also,
Yeah.
we English
Go.
accent.
And wait, BBT, I think I figured out another reason why my accent isn't as deep as it used to. I had to learn to talk again.
Right.
But if her hip bone came
And-
out, she would have had a severe
So-
spinal cord
The accident,
damage.
so the accent was
and not be running 6 miles a day. No, she's walking 6 miles a day. Slam, not running anymore. She can't run anymore. She's got the titanium legs, don't you know?
Somebody
Uppers
that's
and
spoken
lowers,
on
titaniums.
Without an accident, without an accent, I told
We're
you.
just all accident prone right now.
But I've never heard, I've always, without saying where I'm from, people have mentioned I have a Boston accent. This is the
Yeah, but
first
see, it's
people-
nothing like BBT. BBT's is a Boston accent with the head of the Greasers gang that she'll cut you in the alley. She's got that type of an accent.
BBT, where are you from? What part? What part of Mass are you from?
I'm not doctoring myself.
Just
I'm from Iowa.
give me a roundabout that other people wouldn't
You know how
know.
many people actually ask me if I'm really from Boston? It's hysterical.
It's because
Yeah, I never
you-
understand why people
everything.
think that just because you say you're from Boston, they have you.
Wait, I didn't hear you. What? I didn't hear you.
Being from Boston, being a Boston native is a lot different than being, I live in Boston, and I've been here since I was 12. I mean, whatever's ingrained in you is what you hear.
I
So-
was born and raised Philly in the.
Well, you know what's funny is I
when
spent a
most of
lot
my
of money.
days.
I spent a ton of money trying to undo this Boston stuff, and it got worse. Like everybody was like, "Save your money, it's getting worse."
It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen.
If you're always
I know.
constantly around people speaking that way, then it's not going to go away. It's like quitting
The
any.
woman who was
Gotta stay away.
the woman who was working with me, like, you don't have a prayer. Like, I can't even help you. It was, and I was really trying. I'm not kidding you. I was trying hard, and she was even like, she was trying. It was bad. I wasted a lot of money.
Okay, BBT, here is the thing.
Lot of money,
People that
yeah,
believe in
sure.
letters are Q,
I believe in them.
I
easy,
firmly believe in them. At 26 of them.
people that believe that those letters have sounds are drunk.
Yeah.
If wicked, you
Drink it in the
find
morning,
to be a
Jeff.
bad
Drink it in the
thing,
morning again.
then you're just wicked out of your mind. Wicked
Drink it in the
crazy.
morning, Jeff.
BBT, can you say something really sweet?
What?
Say something really sweet, like, bless your heart, you're the sweetest little thing I've ever seen.
The rain in Spain.
No,
Come
I
on.
want her to say something nice, because she can't.
Okay.
Bless your heart. I can't. Wait.
Bless your heart, I got marbles in my mouth.
Why'd you fucking over?
That wasn't me, Christina, that wasn't me, that was BBT. Don't
She
yell at
knows.
me.
Trust me, she knows. Bless your heart. Without Father. You should have seen me.
No, just say like you're seeing somebody's new baby for the first time and say, bless her heart, she's the
so
sweetest little
freaking
thing I've
cute.
ever seen.
Look at her. She's freaking adorable.
That was pretty good.
Like, yo. Right? That was good.
Until you say, you look like you. At the very end.
No, I agree with you. You would say that baby's freaking adorable. Oh, how did you get so freaking lucky to have such a beautiful baby? That looks like all babies look like.
I mean, I understand that BBT's kind of down right now with the voice, but I think if you give yourself more air and raise the tone, that's where the accent
You
is.
feel like I hired it.
You know, when she put up an old video talking to her daughter, I saw it the other day, and it's still the same. It's without the cough, but the accent is still the same.
Freaking is not.
Good night for real, Slam RN. Sweet dreams.
Although I never let my kids swear. You know what's funny? I do not ever swear. I work in public school. I don't swear ever. I'm not kidding you. In front of my kids, I don't even say shut up. Nothing. It's weird. I just can do it. Take that, Jeff.
Yeah, I can do that too. Obviously, I'm filtering because I'm not using the same select adjectives that I normally do in regular talking when I'm on here.
My daughter, she's 8. we were not in Massachusetts. I don't know where we were. Somewhere between here and New York. And maybe we were in Maine. My husband had to take our daughter into urgent care.
Her
And
fake husband and her fake
The
daughter.
person said to my husband, "And what is your relation to this child?" And he went, "I'm her father." But he does it in a British accent.
Oh, really?
And the person said, "Have a seat." And it had to be in Maine. It had to be in Maine. The woman called the police because she was black and he was white, and
She always does this crap.
we were close to the Canadian border. So we might be camping, I don't know.
Sounds like that episode of
And, they
Handmaid's
thought
Tale, right?
They kidnapped her. He kidnapped her and was taking her over the border.
Hmm. Hmm.
You say something mean, Jeff.
What do you want me to say that's mean?
You like, go cut it out. Cut it out.
What was that? Quote what? That was vicious, man. Hey,
Don't worry,
hey,
she
BBT,
was arrested
BBT,
for kidnapping.
BBT. I don't know your age or nothing, that ain't important, but like, were you around back in the day where you'd be like, "What's up, dog?"
What's up, dog?
Yeah, man, you're my dog, man, you my dog.
What up, bro? What up, dog?
That's right, you my dog, BBT, my new dog.
Yeah.
Karen,
Yeah,
and so I'm speaking to you in your tongue.
yes.
You are my canine.
That's lovely. Is that how you won over the one that wanted to marry you in 2 weeks?
Sure.
Yeah.
You two stink.
Really?
That was a
What were
really
you thinking? Wait, hold on. I got a question. I didn't ask the question last night. What were you? 2 weeks? Really? 2 weeks?
That's how long until she came up, yeah. And I never.
No,
did
2 weeks,
before.
and then you married her in 2 weeks. So it's a 4-week, a 4-week, like get to know you, and then marriage commitment.
It was me trying to
What
get
was
her
your
gone.
What was
To
your,
get her
what was your
gone.
end game?
To get her
Thank you,
gone.
Marissa.
What was your end game? I want to know your end game after
To
this.
get her gone. Because as
So you
soon as
married her to get rid of her?
yeah, because I was able to take her back down there and hope that she would stay.
But then
Jeff,
you married her after.
you
right?
never marry the crazy, then she'll try
I
to
know
get,
that.
No, but like, hold on, hold on.
alimony.
Hold on.
Trust me, every single port in my body knew not to. This is a mistake. This is a mistake, but
Okay, fine, but Jeff, did you guys have the conversation like, we're gonna have kids, we're gonna like, they're gonna be so cute, and we're gonna live in here, and we're gonna live
No,
here, you're gonna
no.
just live in the car? So
I
you
knew we
didn't
were
have that
never gonna
conversation?
have. I knew we were never gonna have kids together because no, we didn't because she had abandoned her kids and I didn't even realize that. She kept telling me that. Well, she had one son, I guess, that had Down syndrome that had died from Saudi, and that was devastating to her. And she didn't talk about it, and I can understand that. But she also had a 13-year-old son down in Florida who lived with his dad, and
Alyssa, what do you mean?
they had zero contact. They were completely estranged, supposedly because the kid did not want anything to do with her. That's what her
Well,
mother.
where were you gonna live? Like, where were you thinking of living with her? At your house? You were gonna live?
Well, yeah, I owned my house, and so she was asking me if we come back up, she'll start working at the bar and not expect me to just take care of her,
So,
nonstop.
would she be able to go to like the first driveway or all the way in the house?
It was actually like a poured concrete lot that was ended up to be like a huge parking area that I used.
So you made her stay out there?
No, when she came back to the house, I left. See, I was hardly ever there because she would we get into it so much.
How long did you last after that though?
Took Valentine's Day time when she went
I don't
back.
know when you married her.
Well,
See
I
now,
did.
Jeff, you're
I didn't
broke.
start talking to her until believe it or not, Halloween.
Yeah, so you
Yeah.
met her in Halloween, or you started talking to her, when did you marry her? So 2 weeks later?
Yes, approximately two weeks later.
So you were married for
She
like
came
2
up to my house and was there for almost 2 weeks.
Jeff,
So you were married for like 2
Technically
months.
more than that. Technically it was 2 years. It was 2 years
Oh,
technically
oh,
married
yeah.
because I had to wait to prove
Yeah,
that
but
she
you
had taken
like
off.
left and stuff.
Right,
left
right.
and
yeah, free.
Yes.
That's not bad then.
I thought you guys needed to make it back.
These two are just ridiculous. They will not let this man talk.
Back after the 2 weeks, so you guys gave it a good, like, college try.
I wouldn't even call it that. It's just like a quick little zoom through thing in my life, a whirlwind of running.
Do you know, like, when you were like this, I do?
Do what now?
Like, did you know when you were saying, like, I do, yes, I want to spend the rest of my life with you, I love you so much, did you know that?
No. Yes, I knew that was bull crap. I
And
knew.
you really went through with it?
He pretty much just, the basic gist of it, she pretty much, like, saw me,
You
got me,
scared?
controlled me, possessed me. I was like her possession. I was not a
Yeah,
person.
but you knew.
Yeah, I know. I just figured I'll deal with that later because she's in my face and I knew it would be hell to pay. I mean, she sometimes punched me hard. She would just reach over and whack me till I'm seeing stars.
Oh my God, yeah, you should have
Yeah.
known.
But that's just.
But, excuse me, Jeff, can I say something to Jeff for a minute, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Jeff, you said she came to your house and you made her sleep in the driveway or something?
Yeah, in the rental car until.
Okay, in the rental car. I just don't believe that, because I believe she was doing something that made you lose your mind.
Yeah, I think you left that part out.
Yeah, and I think you conveniently left that part out.
No, I did not let her in the house. I for several days.
Well, then you went out.
And then you were out in the car doing something that, because
Then you went out to the driveway.
it's not normal. There's something that made you go like haywire, that just made you go crazy. Because if she was just all out crazy and you didn't like her, when she came to your house, you would call the
No.
freaking police and get her out of
There had to
here.
be something in it.
When I was talking to her and before she actually came up, which was never an arrangement that we made together, she just decided she couldn't do it. And she played me and made me feel sorry for her and put on.
You can't blame her.
And put if you're familiar with anybody that has a disorder like that, a disordered emotional problem, borderline,
That's like
they
dad.
will put on the shiniest facade that you ever. They will act. Yes, they will act perfectly normal until they get
But you
you.
said she wasn't doing that. She was kicking the shit out of you.
No, that's after she came up here. But for the couple of weeks that I talked to her from Halloween until she first came up to my driveway unannounced, she was fine. It was until she came up in person that she started in on it.
Was this a Hooters thing, Jeff?
That's what Carolyn asked last night.
Was this a Hooters?
Hey, if anybody has in trouble believing this story, I can put one of my best
No,
friends
we
on.
don't. We believe it. We just want to know what.
No, I totally believe it. I totally believe it, but I
Uh-huh.
think she had to have something that made you lose your mind for a little bit.
Right, the Hooters.
Oh, you mean, yeah, that kind of thing. Yeah, it did. I was scared, the fact that she came up, anybody that did, but here she is right here on my doorstep. And honestly, it messed me up. I told you guys I had to go, through
You're
some.
not answering the question. You're not answering her question.
No, he said yeah it did, so he was.
I'm just joking.
But you guys, I mean, there's no excuse, but there are reasons for certain things. My reason being that, even though I was done with my wife and we had really just decided we had always been friends kind of and not, nothing more, I pretty much felt like I got dumped in my head. All of a sudden I lost my house. I'm living in my vacation home, which is, quite a bit smaller, whatever. I'm out in the
Oh,
woods.
you had to go to your vacation.
I went to work. Nobody was home. My kid at the time was 18 years old, so, he was on his own,
So
and
you wanted to like her.
I did. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. We were able to have intelligent conversations, regular conversations, that kind of thing. When we were just talking before she came up here. Yes.
Oh, wait.
I'm just
She
How did
was.
you lost your house to your first wife? This wasn't the
I gave it to her. Yeah.
Hooters girl?
No,
Okay,
not Hooters,
now-
yeah.
I have a way to fix this marriage and Hooter girl problem for you.
Mhm.
It'll save you a
you
ton.
fixed it.
Of
It's
money.
over. It's been over for her.
What's that?
Next time some chick ends up in your driveway and they don't leave, call the cops and get a cat.
What's your address, Jeff?
Yeah.
I've moved, trust me. And this, Kelly,
Cat
about
and MRI, very important part to this.
when I left after the court was all over, and that was the last time I saw her. That's when I packed my bags, and I didn't know where I was going, but I left, and I was
You
gone
moved out of
traveling.
your own house, that's awesome.
Yes, I was traveling the country for 3 months.
That's
And
awesome. You moved out
and
of your own house.
that is when I met that cat that I lost. That
Crazy than a craze.
Yeah.
You met the cat when you left her?
Yes. Remember the email I told you I was on a soul-seeking journey to find myself,
Oh.
and that's when I found that
That
cat.
was a soul-seeking journey? Okay.
You know what would have made you not lose yourself? If you had gotten a cat scan before you married.
No, but
Right.
people are human, are social animals. They want to be with someone. It's natural.
Yeah.
Like all those people that say, "Oh, I like being alone" and all
You
that
guys
stuff.
have to
I don't
remember
get it.
too that since I married the first girl that I met in elementary school, I never dated. I didn't know anything about the dating game. How am I going to get somebody? My buddies kept saying, "Hey, just try to go for the most normal chick you can find."
You must have
Sometimes.
been like, this chick just shows up in my driveway, this is perfect. No
Exactly,
dating,
exactly. I honestly, when I tried to get back up on the so-called dating world, even through friends of friends that were trying to set me up, these chicks were nasty. I mean, as far as their attitude, sending me dirty pictures that I didn't want. I didn't ask for that. I'm like, man, where can I even find it? But let me tell you guys something. I did meet some chick on a reading club. Honest to God, that's what it was.
A reading club? Did you
A
say?
reading club. Yeah, like a book club
That's
thing.
awesome.
Online. And she was an accountant, and she just read all the time. She was a member of the Kiwanis Club, where she helped
Of course.
collect eyeglasses for young kids and
That's
whatever.
awesome.
Okay, so I agreed after talking for a while with her, we'd meet out at one of the casinos and have a drink. So we go out there and meet. Everything's going good. She's like, yeah, I love reading. What's the book you're on now? A Father's Story by Lionel Balmer. She's like, what's that? I like true crime. Jeffrey Dahmer's dad's little book. That's what I've been looking at. And then, keynote.
Was it a parenting book?
No, it was his son was a serial killer up in Wisconsin and Milwaukee.
Hi, Puddin'.
So
Okay.
even though it's somebody from a book club, do not mention someone that doesn't know you that's a accountant
Different.
type that you like true crime. But that's what you read. What?
So I didn't date a lot either. I dated 2 guys, married the second one, first one died. I did not kill him.
Okay.
That's good.
That
Yeah,
is a check mark.
Oh my! The sea lion, that my pet sea lion Tyler. Ricky was a marine biologist, and Tyler was in the New England Aquarium, and
Oh, the pet sea lion. I forgot about this.
aquarium, how the
Maybe
sea
she'll
lion
buy
was
that
in
piece
the
of
boat.
art glass that I have.
Wait, what? What are you talking about?
Maybe she'll buy that.
In the
How do I know?
aquarium.
How would I know?
From like 20 years ago, they were in the boat. You had to walk
What
into the
boat?
boat to get there.
What though?
I don't know what. I don't know what.
Never mind.
I'm sorry. I don't even.
Anyway, Ricky was a marine biologist and
Ricky.
from college and stuff, so he was
Her first
working with
husband.
sea lions. And Tyler had to do Gunther's shows and stuff, so he'd get a penguin now and then
A
for
penguin.
being a good boy and doing extra shows.
Oh my gosh, you would eat it? Wait. You would feed him a penguin?
No, Ricky would, after closing when they were cleaning up, I'm not kidding, we treated Tyler like he was our pet.
But he would eat the penguin?
Yeah, he would jump into the penguin thing and
Oh, that's
Grab
so
one.
sad.
Yeah, it is.
Penguins are nice.
well,
These were.
They have feelings.
I love penguins now because
These were all
When
animals
my-
in captivity, including the penguins that were getting eaten.
That's not a nice story, Jenna. That's gonna give me nightmares.
Penguin eater.
Oh, seriously. Let's go back to the heroes.
Let's go back, can I just go back for 1 minute to the librarian, the accountant?
Can I skip?
Yeah, because I'm getting disturbed by the penguin eating right now.
I just have to hear, because I missed the accountant. The accountant walked out on you because you said you read true crime?
Yeah, so I figured out, because when I get talking about something that I'm interested in, then I will ramble, as you know, I'll just ramble. And so I guess it was like a little bit too deep, and then I'm like, well, I've got to get something to eat. Well, I'm just off work. I'm like, you want anything to eat? No, I think I'm good. In fact, I have to read. She never answered my text back again or anything. And so at that point, I'm like, I am getting out of here.
That's another thing. That's called ghosting. And I don't know what's wrong with people, but there's something wrong with people in general that can't tell someone. It's not just even in dating. It's if someone's in sales that I'm not interested, that they have to disappear. It's
Exactly.
Just the whole thing that you can't tell somebody, hey, you were really nice, but you're just not my type, or I'm not ready for this.
That
It's not
gives
me,
them
it's
all
you.
of the
It's you, and
control
it's not
too,
you, it's
because
me.
the person
Whatever.
that gives the person that is ghosting all of the control, because they know darn well that whoever they're ghosting wants to know what the heck happened, what did I do, are we done, what's going on? And that gives them the control. And you might write them, 50 text messages, and then let me get around to them, telling that, or whatever.
Is that really a
Yeah.
name, though? Does that really have a name?
Yeah.
Ghosting, yeah.
I didn't
It's
know.
when
Ghosting.
I heard that.
you totally erase the person from all your social media accounts, your phone, your laptop, everything you can think of. You ghost them so they cannot communicate with you at all. Email, everything.
I never heard that.
Okay, now I'm obsessing that everyone's mad at Tyler.
No, we just feel sorry for the
No,
penguin.
we
because
kind
they
of
were
thought
in
you gave him the
captivity.
penguin, but then, so, it's okay.
Were they all captive animals? Even the penguins? That's what I've been wanting to know. Were the penguins and Tyler both captive animals when it happened? When he?
Okay. I need to explain this. Yes, animals are taken out of the water for the wrong reason, and that's absolutely disgusting and wrong, and they should not be allowed to do that.
Yeah, but we're these that you're talking about specifically all in captivity.
The penguins, well, yeah, they were in the aquarium. Tyler had to be there. He was he was bit by a shark, and by the time he was rehabilitated, he couldn't go back out. He wouldn't survive because he had gotten too
What kind of a place was it? What kind of a place were
The
they
New England
all
Aquarium.
kept?
They lived at the New England Aquarium, but it was actually Woods Hole, which is a rehabilitating place in Massachusetts for animals that most of the animals are set back unless they will not survive because they won't or never had a.
Because, for instance, I know at the zoo here, they have this whole sea lion exhibit, sea lion show, and they just eat fish. They feed them fish, not like
What kind of sea lion?
Kind of see
the
that.
wet ones in the water. I don't know, but
Well,
I really don't know, but they're able to adapt to extreme cold and warm temperatures here, and they're always out year round. So whatever kind that would be.
Well, Tyler,
The penguins
sea
are
lion.
triggered, the penguins are triggering people in the chat.
what?
The penguin eating is triggering people in the chat. Because I can't
Exactly.
watch those animal shows. When Jimmy goes by those, I can't watch those. I don't care if it's nature. I don't need to see the hyenas crossing or whatever, the gazelles, and the one gets eaten and takes it for the team. I don't need to see it.
Exactly. Yeah. Let me then set this one for the record too. That's the one thing that gets to me also, Carolyn, is I can watch the true crimes, human on human, doing. But I don't want to see the actual act, of course. But the philosophy of it happening.
Yeah, and I don't understand the cameramen that just sit by and film that stuff.
know.
They don't even move the
An
camera. They're just
animal
like,
or a
oh,
truck.
well, the gazelle, yeah, okay.
If they're
When
in
they
fresh
had
water, they're
during that oil spill that was down off the coast, the Gulf Coast, a decade ago or more, they had that oil spill, and there were sea turtles and birds, that were indigenous to that area that were going to die, because of the pollution. Remember there was turtles that had, like tarry stuff stuck on them, and there were groups of people. I know one of the rescuers that went over there in a boat from Florida, literally, and they were trying to get sea turtles that they would see and clean them up. It was against the law for them to save those animals.
Wow.
Hey, Jeff, I have a question.
When sea turtles hatch on land,
Mm-hmm.
you cannot help them get to the water. You have to let them, whatever happens to them.
These were the turtles that were already in their
That were
environment.
our turtles? Great.
For at least 10 years, if you interfere in the nesting of sea turtles. It's the stupidest law, but I'd like to state my emoji is a picture I took myself of penguins in Chile because my son mentioned how penguins are just like us. They're
Her fake
black
son.
and white. He's black, we're white.
Oh.
And that's how we can live in unison.
That's funny that you said there were penguins in Chile because there is Chili Willy the penguin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there are all kinds of penguins.
Yeah,
Some
I
of them
have
are,
a Chili Willy.
more like the Arctic, and some of them, the Humboldts. Is that the one that has to live in the warmer climates? There's
That was good on my part. I'm sorry. It
Still
was.
being discovered.
I feel like I'm watching
Yeah.
somebody else because I don't even remember some of the
Not
things I
all
say.
of them, well, as you said, there are actually more warm weather penguins than there are cold water penguins. But people really like the look of the king penguins, the Emperor Kingdom penguins, and the ones that were in that documentary, because I don't know why, but people are more drawn to those. Most people do not know that 60% of penguins live in a warm climate and nest in rocks and stuff like that. Well, they don't nest, the father, but you know what I mean.
Right. What were you gonna say, BBT?
Oh, now I forget. Hold on. I'll think about it.
It's all right, dog. Take your time.
What?
BBT, I write it down if I don't say it right away, I forget it. So I've been working on
I
writing it
usually don't
down.
forget it. Hold on.
Gosh.
Well, one thing is, where do you live again, Jeff?
Missouri.
Is it Oklahoma?
Missouri.
No, Missouri, right in the middle of the country. Kansas
I don't
City
know.
is actually dead center of the United States.
I forget my other question. I don't remember what it is.
Hey,
My husband
BBT.
did
Hey,
it.
I'm gonna ask BBT one more question, and I'm gonna get off of here. BBT,
Yeah, I know, I
how you
agree. Go
impressed
ahead.
me earlier? How you impressed me earlier with the
What?
Humpty Dumpty? How you impressed me earlier with the Humpty Dumpty was so incredibly cool. Can you name the states in alphabetical order?
Absolutely not. Nope.
Carolyn?
There was a song about that, right? It was in Alabama, Arkansas. You know that song, right? California. I don't know. I mean, not off the top of my head. I'm not going to get it all.
Why, can you, Jeff?
50
Vice out here.
nifty
Yes, I
United
could.
He
States
knows the
from
song. I
13
used to know it too
original
in fourth grade.
colonies.
Wait, what song are you talking about?
We used to sing the song. There's a song. It's what is it? Alabama,
50.
Arkansas. What's another? Is there another A?
Alaska's
Alaska.
second.
No, then Alaska comes
Jeff, go ahead. You know
first.
you want to do it. Go ahead.
No, I don't. I'm just saying yes, I
Alabama,
can.
Alaska,
And
Arkansas.
I wanted to know if you could. Go ahead,
Alabama,
Carol.
Alaska,
Yeah,
Arkansas.
Arkansas, right? And you don't know that song? Come on, you do so. That's how you know
sang this
it.
a couple nights ago.
I need
That's
I
the
need
song,
the
I
theme
don't know
music.
it.
If I had the theme music, I could do it.
Oh,
What is the
And
song
California,
called?
California, Connecticut, Delaware, right?
Okay, Jeff.
Nobody knows what I'm
What's-
talking
what's the
about. I'm
name of
going to
the
ask the
song?
chat. They know the song. The kids sing it like in the 4th grade. You see?
Christina just said I don't remember the song.
All right. Sing it, Jeff. Come
Yeah,
on.
there is a song.
I don't know a song to sing.
50 nifty United States from 13 original
Hey, do you rap?
colonies.
Can you rap?
Yeah, I can rap. Of course I can.
Let's hear you rap. Let's hear you rap off the hook about Boston. Come on, close it up today.
You want me to rap?
Can I please?
Yeah, I want you to rap.
Jack, get it right. It's bebopping. Bebop.
All right, be bopping, man. Hit it.
No, I'm not bebopping. I'm doing bebop. Break it down. Break it down. Break it down.
Do you beatbox?
So,
Let's hear you do the states. Go ahead.
I don't sing the song with the states in it. I just have
Just go ahead. Just go ahead and do it.
Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, California,
la la la.
Colorado, Connecticut, Delaware,
The B countries.
That's the
Georgia, Hawaii, Idaho,
thank you.
Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts.
Woo!
It's Masshole.
Massachusetts.
Come on, put a little.
You skipped Florida.
Fun.
I gotta stop then. I messed it up.
This was your question.
Wait,
I've already lost. I didn't. Yeah,
I don't think he
I've
said
already lost.
Delaware either. Did he say Delaware? He skipped Delaware too.
It does not exist anymore to me. It's off the map.
Jeffrey,
What?
you have kids, right?
And the district
I have one kid that's
BBT has
grown.
kids.
Columbia,
Anyone
right?
else can I give their opinion on this? What do you think and how do you feel about now that fairy tales have been changed to where, you know, the old man that bumped his head and never got up the next morning is now couldn't get up till the next morning?
No, when I was a kid, it was couldn't get up. I never heard never get up. I always heard couldn't get up.
What about the old lady who swallowed a fly?
Let me do it.
Perhaps she'll die?
Perhaps she'll die.
Was an old lady who swallowed a
Let me
phone.
do it. I'm really good at fairy tales. I'm really good at them.
Okay.
Let me answer the question. The old man, right? It's raining, it's pouring, right? The old man is snoring. He went to bed with a bump on his head and couldn't get up in the morning. That's what we were taught.
We were taught he went to bed and bumped his head and didn't get up the next morning.
But that doesn't necessarily, even if he didn't get up the next morning, it doesn't mean he died.
He went to bed and bumped his head, woke up and blood was pouring. That's
Oh my
fine. I just made that up because I don't know what you guys are talking
You're
about.
such a clown.
Well, no, you know, wait, I have something. Can I just say something? I bet you guys never heard this one. Please, can I just say this one? Because this
Yep.
creepy girl that I was friends with in 7th grade did this one.
Well, I know what I'm going to say.
Okay.
Mary had a little
the
lamb.
Sheep, right?
Mary had a little lamb.
No.
Mary-
Little Bo Peep has lost her sheep.
No, Mary had a little
Doesn't
lamb.
know where to find
No.
him.
I'm
Her
talking
father
about
shot it
Mary,
dead.
The Mary and the sheep.
Mary had
Mary,
had
oh, that
a
one.
little
Okay, I
lamb.
got it. Mary.
Is this one
just
she
one
got?
Mary.
No, listen. Everybody be quiet now. Mary had a little lamb. Its fleece was white as snow.
No, Mary had a little lamb. Her father shot it dead.
Let me give you 1 minute to get this back in my head. Wait, I used to have.
Never thought I'd tell this on a
It's
show.
about who's heard it, and now it goes to school with her between 2 chunks of bread.
Mary had a little lamb. Her father shot it dead, and now it goes to school with her between 2 chunks of
but
bread.
But this creepy girl in 7th grade taught me, and it's the one. It was Mary had a little lamb.
Her father shot it dead.
No, but then it was something. Her father shot it dead. There was something. Her father shot it dead, and now it goes to school with her between 2 chunks of bread. That's what she taught me.
And
But,
also as her jumper.
Creepy.
no, but it was Mary had a little lamb. Its fleece was white as snow. Something, there's a rhyme right before her father shot it dead.
And now it goes to school with her
Grandma,
between
that's
2 chunks of
bothering.
bread.
It's about
It
eating lamb
involves
as a
a
sandwich. I know,
posture.
but this creepy girl taught this to me. Mary had a little lamb.
Her father
Got a
shot it
sweater
dead.
out of the thing and then they ate her.
No,
Now it goes to
was
school
like
with her between
something
2.
about her father shot it dead. Now it goes to school with her between two chunks. She said it said slices, but she liked the word chunks of bread because she thought it sounded more, just, it was more
Dramatic.
brutal. Between two, they put it between two chunks of bread, and she sent it to school with her. That's exactly what she told me. But it was, I can't remember now what it was. Mary had a
Little lamb, her father shot it dead, and now it
father
goes to
shot
school
it
with
dead.
her
Now
between
it
two
goes to
chunks
school
of
with her
bread.
between two chunks of bread. That's what she said. There was no fleece was white as snow.
I've never
And
eaten.
one where she
lamb.
wears the sheet and eats it the same day.
The Grimm fairy tales, yes, they're creepy. In fourth grade, my daughter's fourth grade teacher said, "Have you ever read the Real Grimm's fairy tale?" When the
See, I
Cinderella
forgot all this
sisters,
too.
they're
I
not
forgot
just
this in
stuffing their
6
feet in those
years.
shoes. They're cutting pieces of their feet away to fit in those shoes.
I heard that. I didn't know that was my daughter's
Go
first
read
grade
the Real
teacher that
Grimm's.
said
And you
that.
know
I
what?
thought I knew
It's
that
funny,
for a long time.
those journals that we're talking about, there is one with the Grimm's brothers fairy tales.
Hey, is there a way I can get one of those journals and you just?
Here we go, scamming for the journal for the fake son.
The British one.
The British one.
The guy, Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, Sherlock Holmes?
Scamming for the journal for the fake
I
son.
thought I had some extra ones, and I think Jimmy put them somewhere. That's what I said in that video. So I have to find them. I think I probably do have an extra one. I will look,
Yeah,
and if
we'll
not,
take two.
I'll go to the store and see if I can find one when I go.
My son has to,
He needs this Monday.
Well,
That's what
no,
my
no,
kids
no.
would do. I need this Monday.
for the summer, he had to choose, what kind of literature to read, and he chose, Great Britain. Sherlock Holmes, is the start of it and the end of his report that he has to have in for next year.
Oh, I thought you were going to say for next Monday, so could you just...
But something else really cool. My son Gavin did Pirates from 16 something to 17 as his they said something
I did homeschool. Okay, I did homeschool my daughter for like 10 months when she was in kindergarten. And that was because that was to speak of my anxiety is when I was pregnant. I couldn't think about catching fits. That's a whole nother yard. It wasn't because I was not happy with the school or anything. Because as soon as I had the baby, she went to school. But that's another thing we'll talk about it another day. But to take it, I guess if my kids were, I don't know, are you saying he's being bullied and he's being...
There isn't one of my children who haven't had to deal with, unfortunately, racism or
Oh, this one she's going to tell us that they called him the N-word.
it's bad and the teachers are just as involved. I was a teacher.
Well, then, okay,
at
if the teachers are
I-
doing it, then you have to do something. Now, whether that is going to the school board and bringing this to people's attention is probably something I would do. I've seen parents that sit in the room with their kids when this happens. I'm just like taking them out would probably be the last thing. First of all, because I'm paying enormous school taxes, right? The next thing is we have a really good school system, even if it's public. It is one of the best school systems in New York State. Third of all, I and Jimmy and myself, we can't homeschool. I mean, we just don't have the time to devote to it at all. So that would be the third reason. So I would try to resolve it in the school system, because it's not going to get any better. But then if it's not getting any better and it's detrimental to your child, then, I don't know. You have to do what's right.
I don't want them to feel ashamed and like they had to be, but we are looking for alternatives. Also, I don't want them to be the kids that are homeschooled or whatever.
Right, yeah, because I think that's not good either. And then what are you really teaching them about the real world? Because then you're teaching them just pull out of it. So first,
Looking into, because of where we live, my 5-year-old
see, but that's unacceptable. That's something that you go to the school board.
likes the idea, but now I don't want them to be snobs. I go to private school. I don't know, but the teacher actually called my son the N-word.
See, there's where she said it, and you
See,
say,
but that's
come,
unacceptable. That's something that you go to the school board.
see, what a liar, what a liar.
Did.
And
We went to the principal, we went to the school board, we went to the district, we went,
This is when I really had it, and
all the way
then she
up
came back the next
to,
day and said, no, a few days later, and said, oh, she had an update on
what,
this
did the
story.
teacher deny it?
the teacher did attempt to deny it, but another child in the class had a phone, I don't know why, and it was recorded by sound
Okay, so where's the teacher now?
in the school.
Why? Did you go to the paper? I would have called the newspaper. I would have gone to. You've got to make some noise.
Oh, we made noise and we brought up hate speech, evil speech. You know, he's 5. He didn't even know. And all you hear back is,
She's such a liar. Such a
it's
liar.
hard to get teachers for this area.
Oh, hard
Or
to get teachers for this
there's
area.
This or that. And you don't, I mean, I went.
We're such
I
a
went to
liar, Jenna.
my
Yeah, but come on, people are losing their jobs all over the place that would say anything like that. It's not acceptable.
Liar,
Which
liar.
agree, and I don't understand why.
But then I would keep on it. And if you say there's a recording of it, I would blast that recording everywhere.
Yeah, the Senate, Senator Warren office said,
Okay, well, that's something different. If you don't,
it sounds like the teacher. These are 5-year-olds. They're kindergartners.
okay, but then why would, I don't understand why the senator would say that then.
I don't either, and these situations have happened repeatedly over and over again, where it depends, you know, we're either chastised for having the audacity to have children different than us, or the children are chastised for a lot. I don't
Yeah, you don't what?
I don't understand hate.
See, but they're
because
saying
I
a 5-year-old
don't
wouldn't
hate.
sound like an adult teacher.
No, he wouldn't.
Okay, so it should be easy to see if it's a child or a teacher or here.
But I can't make the senator.
Then blast it on the media. How long ago did this happen?
6 months.
Yeah, I mean, if you just have to. I mean, this guy is still teaching your son.
The woman, yes.
Stop there. That's just the way that.
I could try Fox. I've already spoken to them last week.
Right. You know, it's crazy. That's something that, you know, gets on the news if it's not handled the way it should be. And then, like, he got her right out of the 3rd grade that very day. Because, and that was, like I said, and that's hate speech.
And then
That doesn't fall. That's you know, that's hate speech.
What do you think, Jeff?
I was just combing my cat. I was combing my cat. I was brushing my cat. I really don't know what's going on too much, honestly.
I would like to get a clip of that.
I was brushing my. I was just combing my cat.
I got to get a soundbite of that one.
I was just combing my cat.
Oh my gosh, I got to get a soundbite of that.
I was combing my cat. I was brushing my cat. I really don't know what's going on too much, honestly. With the discussion right now.
She had a teacher call, Jen.
I was just combing my cat.
Somebody get that timestamp. 509.
No, that doesn't fall. That's that's hate speech.
What do you think, Jeff?
I was just combing my cat. I was combing my cat. I was brushing my cat. I really don't know what's going on too much, honestly, with the discussion right now.
She had a teacher call, Jen is an adopted mother, right? And she has children of different races and nationalities. And so this is her, is he African American?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well,
Her 5-year-old. And the teacher, somebody recorded the teacher calling him the N-word. And he's 5. And the school didn't do anything about it. So what should she do is what she's saying.
a child with.
What kind of evidence is there
There's a tape recording.
where you can actually hear the teacher's voice and no one else is actually saying that word clearly?
Saying the word, yes.
Why is there a recording? Who recorded it? Why was there a recorder?
Oh my
In
gosh.
school, they have tablets for reading and.
That's not what you just said. You said a 5-year-old had a phone and he
Okay,
recorded
alright.
it.
Paper are needed.
You just
but what do
lied.
I know. And yeah, 5-year-olds don't make good witnesses. It's hard for people to, but
Yeah, but why would they even have to be a witness if there's a recording and it's blatantly said on there very clearly? I mean, that can implicate the teacher that you.
We had brought it up to the governor when it hit the senator's office. We were told they can't prove it was the teacher. It could have been one of the kids.
They can't tell the difference in the voices.
They claim that. I don't buy it though. You can tell the difference between a 5-year-old and an adult.
Not that it was ever correct, but what was happening, what could have caused, what was going on, what was being said that led to him calling him the name?
There were a bunch of little things that added up, and finally she just had had enough with Tommy that she told him that. Tommy's an identical twin, and he and his twin had spent the day switching classrooms, trying to see if the teachers could tell, which they got in trouble for.
Who turned it over to the senator? I mean, how did the recording even get pulled from that time frame? I mean, were there witnesses that were saying, hey, you better check your recording at this such time when this happened?
No, a child recorded it.
On what? What kind of device?
A tablet.
Why was he recording?
I don't know. It wasn't my child. All we know is
Right.
he had.
Okay, I didn't know if it's for some reason he was recording something else or, basically, I mean, it's never appropriate, but maybe it might help deduce who could have done it based on the context of how it was used. Meaning, what was causing someone to start taping, or I'm sorry, I'm old, start recording. Do you see Kevin, do you follow me at all on that?
Yeah, I always say tape the thing on TV. Did you tape it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Okay.
I ain't gonna do that, cause I mean,
What are you afraid to do, and what are you trying to do?
She's wondering when is it time, she asked, to take him out of school. And I said, why,
I
you
wouldn't.
know, would you have to take him out of school? Do you want to homeschool? Because if you don't want to homeschool, and you're paying, you know, why are you taking him out of school? Why don't you try to fix the problem? What's it going to
Okay.
teach him?
I had seen some of this in the chat, but like I said, I missed out on the basic of the story originally. But I saw people in the chat that were making statements. I'd pull him out of that school, he never go. I'm the complete opposite of that. I'm the complete opposite of that. I would keep him there because, like I said, find out what the issues are, what you can do, maybe what can be done. I don't know what all you've explained to your son, but that's also important. Why not just go up there and talk to ask for a meeting? Is there a counselor at the school, principal, you know, whoever's in charge? Forget the senator for now, because I know that's way up there. That's a bunch of red tape. You need to start.
we've done that. We've talked to we've gone.
Just combing my
further and further
cat.
up, and that's, we don't want to homeschool.
This is what I would do. I would put the burden on,
Different school.
if this is a public school, I'd put the burden on them at this time. I personally would have probably, without my kid present, I would have taken the recording or whatever evidence I had, laid it in front of the principal after I asked for a meeting, and said, what do you suggest can be done about this? What are you going to do? What can be done? And play stupid, be like, hey, something like this has never happened before. How do you handle this? Act like they should know. Put the burden on them to decide what they're going to do about it. Do you agree, Carolyn?
Yes, I said 100% she should go to the media. I said I would never stop. If you don't want to, you know, I mean, because what's it going to do, taking him out of school? Then he's just going to, that doesn't teach him how to deal with this stuff. So if you do this and make an example of this, you're teaching him something too, that you don't have to put up with this. But if you take him and run from that school, you're teaching him to, you know, to
They
cower
won
in
because
fear.
they said that. Yeah, that's not good. I don't believe that's a good lesson for the child. Because even though, I mean, all of us probably were called words or whatever, I don't even want to discuss, oh, some are more offensive than others, but whatever. All of us have been disparaged at one time in our life, especially when we were young like that. I'm sure something has happened to affect us. But what did our parents usually tell us? You know, get back in there. Get back in the game. We're handling the side of the issue that needs to be handled. That, you know, the administration, whatever, at school. But you get your butt back to school. Don't talk to that kid if you don't, you know, right now or whatever. If you can avoid him. You know, there are things that teachers can do sometimes, no matter how many children they have in the classroom, where they can kind of keep some things separate. Or, hey, make sure so-and-so Bobby doesn't sit next to Tommy until, you know, let's fill this out. What do you think, Carol?
There are 10 children in each kindergarten classroom.
Mm-hmm.
That's a very small class, I'm telling you, because
Right.
really tiny.
Yeah,
I mean,
no,
that's a
that's,
good ratio, so she shouldn't be so
Right.
No.
Right.
And
How long
Speaking
ago
of
did
which,
it
I heard
happen?
from Video Reel. He's busy and doing well.
6 months ago.
Right.
See, that's a long time.
Well, we've been
In the
fighting it.
meantime, what have you been doing? Just sending him to school regularly, but nothing going on, or what? What's happened in the 6 months? What have you done?
What do you mean, what have we done? We've spoken with the teacher, the principal, the
Mhm.
superintendent, the district,
What are they telling you,
gone up
though?
to the college.
What are they telling you? Are they feigning concern? Or are they just like, oh, we can't
No,
do it?
because the issue is, I live in a very small town. There are 20 children in kindergarten and 2 teachers. So they don't want to, it's hard to get people to come down here to teach.
Mhm.
And I think their fare is not willing, I don't know, but it's just not the kindergarten.
What's going on?
Well, I have other children in other grades who, and the children saying something, that's learning how to deal with it, and you, you have to be able to stand up for yourself. But
If you, let me ask you this, Jenna.
in the
If you were in control of the whole situation, what would satisfy you as far as justice or teaching was? I mean, if you were in charge of everything, what would you do to not remedy this situation, but make it tolerable? And make those, that need something. What do you think the kid that called him this name, what should happen?
It was a teacher, not a kid.
Oh, that's right, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Honestly,
I'm not being negative,
like
I hope you
that.
understand that.
I
I'm
don't
just
think you're
saying,
being mad.
questions, okay.
No, I don't think that. What I would like to see is maybe the teachers and all others involved could learn why it's this way.
But the children should, I mean, these teachers should, are you saying that they should learn that word is not okay? Is that what you're saying?
They already know that, don't they?
If somebody is teaching in a Boston school or a Massachusetts school, a teacher that doesn't know that word is not okay, they shouldn't be there.
No, I was a third grade teacher.
Oh, really? I thought you were preschool. Oh my gosh, this girl is lying like a.
Okay, is there a PTA meeting or something like that, some kind of committee that you can present this to? Of parents and teachers?
I think the biggest issue is
Biggest issue.
because of where I live.
Oh my gosh, this girl is
kids are
lying.
the only ones that aren't white.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, but Jenna, we have a school like that, okay? And still, okay, through the years, we've had people that have adopted kids and they've been in the school, and no teacher would dream of calling those kids that name. And so you can't, and I live in a very small town in a very predominantly white area. So it's not acceptable. It's just not acceptable. You can't just say, well, they're not used to it, or, no, it's not, it's totally not acceptable.
Am I wrong for believing the teacher should lose her job?
No, that's what I'm saying. Today, especially, anyone is losing their job, or at the very least, they should have taken that teacher, like the one that called 22 years ago, that called the little girl that, they took her out of there that day and put her in remedial math, okay, while they ironed out the situation, but they were not going to leave her teaching the third grade class.
You've got to get this public. Just go to the news, talk to a reporter, show them the evidence, and say, I can't get anything done or not getting anything done.
Isn't this Elizabeth Warren running for president?
In 2020?
Right, okay, well then, she's an election year. Go there and say, Elizabeth Warren didn't listen to me, and let's see what happens.
That's right. You can write to your congresspeople and your senators.
She said she already told Elizabeth Warren. Elizabeth Warren said
Yeah.
nothing with nothing. So you go ahead and bring that public out of the news, and you'll see how fast something gets done.
I'm with Carolyn. That's where I was heading on this, as I was going to say. Yeah, let them know everything that you have done so that they can release that to the public and that your hands are tied. You can't do anything else. You need help. It's a public crime. And watch.
So,
If you just sit on it, nothing's going to happen. But in the meantime, keep your kid in the school. I mean, he's going to overcome. Okay? But I wouldn't stress him about it or talk to him much about it anymore. If he's troubled about it, sure, let him talk. But just let him know
I
that.
don't believe children should handle adult problems.
No,
No, they
you
shouldn't.
handle it.
Yeah.
Mhm. But let him know that you're doing what you can. And you knew that was wrong. He knew that was wrong. Just let mom take care of this, okay? Or mom and dad or whoever.
Yes. It's.
Who doesn't know what's going on?
I never thought about the fact that with Elizabeth Warren running for president right now.
Right, go ahead, go on the news and say, you'll see how fast something gets done.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, go ahead.
Until she figured out it could interfere with her campaign.
Call the
She did
media,
nothing with
call
that.
It
every
wouldn't
media
interfere
station.
if she stepped in, you know, that could get her a lot of votes, actually. That's what we're trying to say. That's why being an election year, it's gonna be more apt, she's gonna be more apt to fight on something like this.
But you know she was running 6 months ago.
But you're like, what ifing? Don't worry about it. Whatever happened, happened. And now you need to take the horse by the reins and go.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry about what you already did.
Just be proactive and get in there. And
Shaquille, the woman is fake. She doesn't have any children. She's a liar. She doesn't have 21 adopted children.
The bull by the horns.
I've seen people
That's what I say,
fired
the horse by the
for
reins.
less.
What'd you say?
I've seen people fired for less than.
Right, okay. So
Oh
then
my
you
gosh,
do
I
it,
smack,
and
smack.
then you
Listen,
need to be the squeaky
do
wheel over
something.
there.
Stop asking for advice and not doing something for your fake child.
You can't let public people shut you down or people in the school. I mean, come on. You know what's right. Well, I don't really understand what the question. Are you just kind of asking for more suggestions of
She's
how you
asking
can
how soon
escalate it?
her first question was how soon you would pull him out of the school. I told her never.
Exactly. I agree.
That's not real life. He's not going to be able to run away from situations like that. If he doesn't learn how to deal with them, it's not going to be good.
In turn, it's going to be important for, you know, any other kid that was around to see that he's still there.
Yeah,
didn't get-
and Poland was going to a different school system, but not homeschooling.
Oh
But
my
I guess
God.
that's still running from the problem. The kids,
We protect our kids, but, you know, eventually we have to set them out a little bit into the world and let loose of the reins a little bit. And he's very young to have had this happen, but the kid that used that word on him is also very young.
Unbelievable.
Perhaps
Come
he's
on.
gonna learn a lesson
Well, the
too.
teacher, she said it's the
there
teacher.
was a teacher.
Yeah, but I thought you said that there was a kid that was recording it for some reason.
He was
That's
playing
what-
with his tablet.
Yeah, okay. How did you get a copy of it?
Yeah, how did you get a copy of it?
The mother.
Okay,
Mother.
So you have a copy that you can take for evidence around if you need to.
Yes.
Yeah, okay,
That's
why
all
don't you
need,
send that to
really.
us?
I mean, this
Liar,
to me,
liar,
it should
pens
be a
are on
cut and dry type case.
fire.
I mean, you have the evidence right there on tape. All they need is a voice sound
And
like or
it's
something.
not
to have
like
it.
their classrooms are loud. It's 10 kids.
Okay. Well, you've got the power of knowing that you have physical evidence. Go blare it.
Mm-hmm.
If this was just hearsay and, oh, your kid came home and, well, I know my teacher copied us, that's totally a harder deal to deal with, you know?
Well, he
But you
doesn't
got
know
the-
what it means. And we didn't go into it.
That's not what he's
Because-
talking about, Jenna.
He's a war.
No, add a little drop to the change. You know what I'm saying? Of course, your son, you know, he's adopted by you, but of course he already knows that you love him unconditionally.
He's
And
fake.
so it doesn't make a difference.
He's
To
a fake
people that are
child.
educated or educate their children right or whatever, it doesn't make a difference. It's not going to, you know? He's probably lived his whole life and never felt singled out like this. And,
He's a
I mean,
faker.
you said
He's
he
a
doesn't even
faker.
know what it means. It definitely doesn't mean definitely doesn't mean your son, so let him know that. It doesn't apply.
This is how innocent Tommy is. When he was telling us what happened, he went, and then some of the students went, ooh.
Some of the students went,
Because they
ooh, ooh.
He went, like I do. When Landon's done something stupid and you're gonna yell at him. That's the kind of sound they made.
Oh my gosh, Jenna. She lives in a
Yes,
fantasy
yeah.
world in her own head. This is all happening in her head. I know exactly what she's doing.
Yeah, I really
ridiculous.
I wouldn't try to explain more than is necessary. You're perfectly doing that right, in my opinion, is letting him come to you, whatever questions he has. I wouldn't go into anything else.
I strongly believe children are not to be put in adult situations.
Oh my
Right,
God.
so you take care of it, but you have
Young to understand, so. But I hit it on Tuesday.
Also, it's now tourist season on Cape.
It's what?
And
tourist season on the Cape.
Oh, I thought she said tortoise, and I was getting excited again. We're
Yeah.
talking about turtles.
Cape Cod.
well, and this could affect tourism. People aren't going to want to come to a hateful place that tortures 5-year-olds.
Right.
And I could use that with
Go
my
ahead and, on Tuesday, you should be calling.
Right.
other children by.
Is this the best survival game ever made?
That's the end of
This is the
Jennifer
aircraft
tonight.
carrier shelter you seized.
We still, we were probably, I don't know, I thought we'd finish Jenna today, but I didn't realize that was be that long, because you still have to get to, like, kind of confronting her on when we found out, like, right after this, when I knew she was, like, definitely 100% fake, and, it's just crazy. I did something about a school bus with her, and then there was someone, about a semi-truck. And then she called in about Kate plus date. And then, yeah, I don't know. She's like really crazy.
No.
So here, real quick, I'll just show you where I showed her the bus, because she said she didn't have a bus, and I didn't know how she took 23 kids around without a bus. And I told her she could get one for, like, really cheap.
You have to mute Jenna, because I can hear myself. He is not a good thing. He's not monotone, but he's very soothing.
Oh, just in a lot of typical lakes that aren't spring fed.
The same thing my mother did. And my mother did the same thing. It's just kids under a year.
I remember being in love with him.
Real?
Where's the purchase? Oh, there it is.
Where did this come from? This says collect all 8. So I wonder what year this is from. This says Johnny Lightning Hollywood.
I told her to get a bus.
Where
told her
are
she could
these?
get
Are
one
these
cheap.
real now? Are these something really old and rare?
But we got to do word cookies.
Kind of looks like Legos put together.
Oh no, wait, here's one. It's Hollywood on Wheels. Wait a second. I might have one over here. I think you can get it on Etsy. You can get it on Etsy, never mind. This one even comes with a TV that says the Partridge Family. Okay, you're all off the hook. Nobody has to look for it. It's right here.
When you get it, will you put it next to the dog?
Next to the dog, okay.
What?
But who doesn't like that? You've never seen this crazy looking bus, Brandy Brown? You never watched the Partridge Family, Brandy Brown?
I never watched the Partridge Family.
Oh,
and
see,
I know
that's
what
why
the
you
bus
don't
is
want the
like.
bus. That's why. You had to go with the whole thing there.
Sorry.
It's cheaper on Etsy, Jill. There's a
Question
song,
is,
yeah.
and
How
it's
could you,
fun.
come on, get happy. You just get happy looking at that bus. I'm sorry. So, yeah, I do want a bus. Your sister just got one of these too? Look up bus to show buses, Allie? Okay, let me see.
Okay, if you had the bus, would you be willing to take the seats out and put in more comfortable seats?
No, I want the bus experience. The ones that I'm talking about, they are pretty comfortable.
You know how you were talking about swinging your backpack around? To
Yeah.
get the-
But I want the bus, I like the authentic experience.
Going back
It's
to,
not gonna be
you
an
had a long
everyday
talk with your daughter on the phone? Oh, okay.
No.
I had so I admitted yesterday, I was terrified Osama bin Laden was in my closet.
Right.
But also, I saw Jurassic Park, and when I lived before my accident, and even after, but I lived near the highway, not the highway, but I lived on Washington Street. People from Mass will know that. And so if a big truck went by at night, I'd think it was the T-Rex coming to kill me.
Yeah, the T-Rex? Crazy.
It's the things that get into your head is Shirley Jones still alive?
I think she died.
No, David Cassidy was Shirley Jones' stepson.
No, yeah, you're right, but he died too.
Yeah, he died young.
Yeah, like 50-something. He
Did he
had
die?
alcoholism, and he said he had dementia, but then they said, no, that wasn't true. It was the severe alcoholism that he had, or something. It's a shame, because everybody used to be in love with him, and it just didn't turn out well for him.
David Cassidy, who was no, he wasn't the British guy, he was the British guy. The Monkeys, no?
Oh, yeah, the Monkeys, yeah. They came on before the Brady Bunch, but yeah, I could only catch those on reruns. I never really cared for them. I mean, I liked the song, Hey, Hey, We're the Monkeys, but I really didn't like the series at all. Marsha Brady loved Davy Jones, though. She was the president of the Davy Jones fan club.
Faded.
He died young too.
Davy Jones?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like their music, but I really didn't like their TV show. I only caught it on reruns, like I said, so maybe the hype wasn't there for me, I don't know. It's like that other guy what was that other, Bobby Sherman? When I was in kindergarten, I liked Bobby Sherman, and then after that I was very, very embarrassed with that choice. And he was always like the goofball David Cassidy. He never made it to the right status,
George Michael, I remember being in love with him.
Really? Jack Wagner.
I was little. I was young, really young, and he walked on water.
Really?
And then,
You found out you could never be a contender?
Not till I was older, but when the whole bathroom incident, I was still pretty young, so, my mom didn't really explain to me, well, you see. But I always knew Elton John was, I don't know.
Yeah. Even though Elton John, it's Barry Manilow too, he hid it for so long, Everybody knew, but he just kept hiding it,
Barry, that's
Copacabana, yeah.
I don't know how people could question after that.
Well, people knew. Women just hoped maybe they would change him,
All right, guys, I'm exhausted. I'm going to bed. We'll talk more tomorrow. I love you.
Goodbye
Goodbye now.